It's been quite a season for South Carolina hockey with a rough schedule that's been interrupted by rough weather. But the Gamecocks have persevered. They've gotten their way into the SEC tournament and are on the bubble for the ACHA. Welcome to this exciting matchup of Gamecock hockey here from the Plex Indoor Sports Ice Arena in Irmo on this presentation of CCSN for tonight's matchup between the visiting UNC-Wilmington Seahawks and your own South Carolina Gamecocks. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Brett Williams alongside Robert McCachran. Thank you for being with us here tonight on the Capital City Sports Network. Robert, as I said before, kind of a season of up and downs for the Gamecocks. Had a lot of interruptions, a lot of things going on throughout the season, and even most recently, another 3 games were canceled just last week.
Most definitely, these buys are definitely probably going to affect these teams out here. As a player here at USC, I played rugby here. Bye weeks can be good things; they give you rest. But another thing is you have to worry about is coming out flat. If you come out flat, then the other team can put up a couple points, a couple goals, and then all of a sudden you're out of it, and you just gotta try to claw back. And sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah, and actually, as you mentioned that too, UNC-Wilmington also had a couple of games canceled last week. They were supposed to play Christopher Newport at the Wilmington Ice House. The snowstorm that's been kind of historic up and down the coast ended up canceling those games. Gamecocks were supposed to play in Wilmington earlier this season, so it's a little bit interesting. Wilmington going to have quite a lineup here tonight, as they always do. Nick Lenker in goal. He was a beast last year in this series. Also have a good top line. Tyler Evangelist and Gino Lamanna doing work for the Seahawks.
Yeah, for the Gamecocks, we called Coach Troy, and he told us that Snyder was really hot coming into this game. We're really going to look for him to score. And the big news for the Gamecocks is Kevin Ware's hurt, so that's going to be huge for them, a loss for them, because he's the leading point scorer, and anytime you have your defenseman like that, you really need him to step up big, and that's going to be huge on Marquise, who's been a beast all season, but with Kevin Ware being out, then it could be struggles for them as well.
Yeah, certainly the Gamecocks will be relying heavily on Gray Marquise, as the Seahawks will be on Lenker. And Coach Sirois said before the game that really just got to shoot as much as they possibly can on Lenker and try to make some opportunities there. For a couple more opportunities and a couple more insights from Coach Alan Sirois, we have him down on the ice with our own Claudia Chikamian right now. Claudia. Got to give me a signal back.
Alan Sirois. So Coach Sirois, 2 weeks ago you dropped a series at Kennesaw. You're coming off a bye week last week. How did that affect you guys, and how are you guys hoping to gain some momentum here tonight for your final home series of the year?
I think we'll be ready. We played well down there. We came up short a little bit. We had a couple of injuries, and there was a little incident towards the end of the second game where we ended up having Kyle, number 9, suspended. But I think we played well. We came back. We're down 4-0. Came back 4-4. Lost with 30 seconds left. Which showed we had guts and courage. We came back. So I think the guys are ready. Even though the spirit is great, we're ready to go.
Great. And almost a year ago exactly today, you guys hosted UNC-Wilmington and split the series. What do you know about this team, like their strengths and weaknesses, and how can you take that to your advantage to hopefully do better this year?
Their strength is very in their goaltending. They have 2 really good goaltender. They lost 11 seniors last year, and they have 1 really good line up front. That's all I know about them. All the other guys are brand new. I've never seen them before, but I don't think they have the team they had last year. So I'm looking forward. For us, it's to sweep, nothing less.
Great. Thank you so much, Coach Sirois. Best of luck to you guys tonight. Back up to you, Brett and Robert.
Thank you, Claudia. It certainly is going to be a good matchup here tonight. Seahawks coming in ranked 8th in the ACHA D3 South region. The Gamecocks are in the 11th spot. The top 10 teams are going to make that tournament. That will follow the SEC tournament, and we hope that the Gamecocks will be in both of those tournaments by the end of this weekend. So we'll have all the action for you in this first of 2 games in the regular season concluding series between the Seahawks and the Gamecocks. All of that coming to you next here on the Capital City Sports Network.
I wasn't scared, I thought this on my own. Starts now.
And we have a special guest today, TJ Miller.
Thanks for having me, man.
Scene 2, take 1. Scene 3, shot 9.
Scene 1, shot 1, take
2. Welcome back to the Plex, everybody. Brett Williams and Robert McCachran here with you as we get ready to start this game 1 of a weekend series between your South Carolina Gamecocks and the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks. Teams are lining up at their baselines, getting ready to skate forward to center ice as they are acknowledged as the starters for this evening. It's going to be interesting to see a couple of the new lineup changes the Gamecocks have been going with recently. They've got this big first line that's going now with 3 freshmen, Jacob Tengy, Alec Martone, and Ian Schneider. They're just doing work.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be interesting to see is how this first team line is going to handle Kevin Ware not being in the game. You know, obviously we talked about it in the very first beginning of the intermission. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good game, I think. Both teams are, I mean, we said 8 and 11 in the standings, so that's how it goes.
Yeah, Kyle Ware, a big loss certainly for the Gamecocks, and Marquise will have that pressure on him. We'll see if he can step up. He has been a big-time goalie all year long, and now we'll get those starting lineups. You'll hear a little bit of audio live from the PA guy here at the Plex, and a little bit more from us. Here you go.
Now announcing the starting lineup for the away team. Game number 2, Tyler Evangelos.
First up, that's wing Tyler Evangelos. Head coach Brian Hateman of the Seahawks said he was one of the big spark plugs for their team going forward. Number 54, Zach Cormier with the long hair. Number 13, Danny Brusha, one of the veterans on this squad. And he's Evangelos' line mate, number 17, Gino Lamana. believe that was Brett Sarakis. And as we mentioned before, the goalie number 27, Nick Lenker, did a lot of damage here. This was almost a year exactly ago to the day that these two teams faced off here at the Plex. Lenker and the Seahawks took the Friday night game. The Gamecocks won their senior night 4-2 last year. And for the Gamecocks starting up is number 12, Julian DePaulo, huge leader for this team all year long. 5 goals, 4 assists, and a whole lot of defense. There's number 24, Dave Cochran. Number 2, Aaron Beaver. 5 goals on the season as well. Number 19, one of the newest additions of this team, Brian Soar. Number 20, Brett Topolsky, another big Gamecock veteran. And at goal, as we mentioned before, number 1, Gray Marquise, 88% save percentage on the year, averages 3.69 goals against, and as Coach Sirois told us before the game, a lot of times when he's let in goals, it necessarily hasn't been on him. Gamecocks got to make sure they are controlling it defensively and also staying out of the penalty box.
Yeah, we saw in several games, also in the game against Florida, multiple penalties. We just have to see if they can hopefully stay out of the penalty box.
We'll be right back.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it in the air? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? I can feel it in the
Do you feel the vibes?
Welcome back to Plex Indoor Sports Ice Arena. And after the national anthem has concluded and the cock has crowed, we are ready to get going here between the Gamecocks and Seahawks. Quite a nice Gamecock crowd here, and what is officially Happy New Year to the Plex. First game back at home since the break. Gamecocks did play 2 at Kennesaw State 2 weeks ago, and unfortunately took the losses in those 2. The Gamecocks come in 6-11 overall in the season, 2-3 in the SEC. Wilmington 11-6 overall, 8-1 in their Blue Ridge Athletic Conference, and we are underway. UNC-Wilmington, South Carolina here on the Capital City Sports Network. Puck is going down behind Marquise, back on the wall. 2 Gamecocks, 2 Seahawks fighting for it right now. Wilmington will bring it out. Extended up right toward their own blue line. Won by the Seahawks. That is Zach Cormier. He sends it down. Then Julian DePaulo plays it all the way back down the other way off a Seahawks stick. They'll go and chase it. Obviously no icing there. Seahawks bringing it out of their defensive zone as the Gamecocks quick line change. Here comes Alec Martone. And DePaulo with a big check. Soar gets big slammed into the wall there and slides on back. This is Tyler Evangelos taking it for the Seahawks and brings it behind Lenker. Setting up as the Seahawks get some fresh legs. The Gamecocks do too. Evangelos just hanging on right there. Lenker skates out. Alec Martone just trying to provide a little pressure right there on the defensive side, but the Seahawks escape it. Coming forward now, this is Alexander Furtado, lays it behind, and a quick shot coming right to the gut of Gray Marquise.
You can see already those big hits from Wilmington. They're definitely coming out here to play, and South Carolina's got to answer that aggression. You know, Soar, number 19, is a big guy. He just took a pretty big hit from a little bit smaller. They're going to have to definitely answer this aggression from the UNC Wilmington.
Eric Patterson said to the Daily Gamecock in an interview earlier this week that both of these teams very tough, very gritty, are hard-hitting, and I'm definitely already seeing that. Gamecocks will eventually win this draw, but the Seahawks steal it right back. John Cooprider with it now, and immediately taken right back by Martone in South Carolina. Martone at center ice flips it around. Cooprider now heading down to the back wall. Picked up by a Seahawk and laid on forward, going back toward the blue line. A couple players fighting for it on the boards. It'll scoot all the way down behind Marquise to the corner. And now played back up along the boards. Kevin Mullaney was looking for it, didn't get it. And now it spins around and goes all the way down to the near side corner. Now bounces around to the far side, played behind by Evan Henry, and a whistle. And it's going to be a face-off coming to the right side of Nick Lenker. A couple new Seahawks on the ice. Daniel Howell and Brett Sarakas coming back in. Patterson was on the face-off there against Henry, and it looks like Henry won it. It'll go down in the corner, though, and Wilmington cannot clear. Wilmington will have it now, and they'll send it forward, but the Gamecocks just took it behind the blue line. Unfortunately, Brett Topolsky didn't quite get his stick to be able to keep it in, so the Gamecocks have to retreat. Now they play it on back. Couldn't get the forecheck going, though. Now it's dumped back in, going a little back and forth in the Gamecocks offensive zone. Seahawks win it back, far corner. Now they're coming out. Cormier on the move, sends it ahead, bounced off the stick of Sarakas. He might have had a one-on Marquise break if he had a chance. And another whistle as it goes back behind. A lot of fresh legs here, everybody changing lines. 17:36 to go here in the first period, no score. Again, the Gamecocks coming up number 11 in the ACHA rankings. The Seahawks are number 8, and the top 10 teams will make the South Region tournament. Top 2 teams will get an automatic bid in the national tournament between the 4 regions and everybody else. The other 8 teams will play, and the top 2 teams of that tournament will also advance to nationals. That's how that works. So you get 4 teams out of the South region. That's why these games so important for South Carolina. Try to beat a team that is just a couple spots ahead of them, also on the bubble. We'll have plenty more on that as this game develops. Puck bouncing around in the offensive zone for South Carolina on the wall. Seahawks end up taking it off the wall, bringing it up. Now heads back down. South Carolina run on the baseline. Quick shot toward Lenker. It got off his leg pad. First offensive opportunity for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, but what we're seeing here is South Carolina's keeping control of the puck, but they really, just after that first play right there, though, they really haven't been able to set up anything offensively, and just Wilmington's not able to clear, and then when they do, just give it right back to the Gamecocks in the zone.
South Carolina will need to get those pucks going, as Coach Sirois said. Always seen that in my time watching hockey. The better you throw a puck on the net, the better shot you have of it going in. Puck bouncing around, comes up right in front of Lenker. And Beaver tried to get his stick on it, could not. Coming up toward the neutral zone. Seahawks try to get it through. Brian Soar sends it on back down for South Carolina. Sticks behind Lenker. Wilmington going to go ahead and grab it. Slide it up, goes off high off the boards, off the stick of Cooprider. And we'll hit the bench. Oh, these long stoppages so far where pretty much the entire lines are changing. Seen quite a few of those.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe this is carrying over from this break like we were talking about at the beginning, but it looks like number 15 for the Gamecocks he was shaking up. He was laying on the ice for a little bit. We'll see if that develops, because I think he's still sitting behind the bench with his helmet off right now.
We'll keep an eye on that. A couple Gamecocks are out tonight with injury. Kevin Catrone, John McLeod among them. Of course, Kyle Ware with that suspension from the fight against Kennesaw. Coming forward now with it. This is Blake Drummond for a second for the Gamecocks, another new addition to the squad. Sends it on across to Alec Martone. Dumps in. Martone putting on the jets as he always does, going after Kevin Mullaney. And now wins it out. Quick fire shot from Grayson Curry, and Nick Lenker will make the save with the left glove. Really good looking shot from Curry from the point.
Yeah, the Gamecocks seem to be finally starting to set up their offense, but it's going to be hard to get past this goalie, as you said before, how dominant he was in the last matchup they had in the game.
Yeah, and Alec Martone's speed can really equalize a lot, and he just got to the puck first, popped it on back. Curry was there waiting for him, but the one-timer didn't go. Gamecocks win this draw. Here's Julian DiPaolo, goes toward net. It had some guys in front, ended up scooting just wide of the net before Lenker could get to it. Gamecocks rotating it back up. DiPaolo at the point, plays it on down. Lenker jumps up all the way up in the air and snags it with the glove once again. There's that offense starting to work out. Another long line change here. Yeah, we mentioned the cancellations last week. Well, at least USC had played those 2 games against Kennesaw State 2 weeks ago. These are the first games back in the new year for UNC-Wilmington. A long time since the Seahawks have played. Draw to the left side of Lenker, won eventually by the Seahawks. They get right behind the goaltender, play it up in front. Gamecocks had a look at it. Off the stick of Mike Borst, didn't go. And Eric Patterson gets it back on the blue line, has to send it all the way back. Well, South Carolina will reset, send it forward.
Yeah, UNC-Wilmington is definitely having a little bit of trouble maintaining possession, and South Carolina is starting to take advantage of that, and it's good shots on net.
Into that possession, however, UNC-Wilmington comes away with it, shoots it up, it goes out of over the boards and out of play. In the offensive zone, no delay of game there. A couple quick discussions with the referee going on by some of the Seahawk players. And a few more new skaters on the ice for South Carolina. Face-off's going to come in the neutral zone on the South Carolina defensive side of the ice. And it will be a tough face-off, won eventually by South Carolina. Coming out with it, this is James Hatton. Hatton moving forward, doesn't have really anybody in the center now. Nick Wykowiak skates right to the net mouth. And Nardslicko setting up there as well. Now they come around, hesitating. Wykowiak trying to go right on Lenker and ended up getting jammed and sent aside. And a whistle coming right at the goal mouth as I believe the net is just slightly off its mooring.
Yeah, bro, it looks like the Gamecocks are starting to get a lot more chances in front of net, getting some shots. Obviously, that shot right there was a little weak, but they're starting to get more chances. And Wilmington seems to be on their heel, and it seems like maybe they are coming out a little more flat, and the Gamecocks are bringing up the intensity now, like we said they needed to.
It's going to be a big face-off here, and it is won by UNC-Wilmington. Good move there coming over into the neutral zone by the Seahawks. Trying to go 1-on-4 is Tyler Evangelos, and it looks like he might win it. No, pushed away at the last minute by John Gibson in the corner. Good defensive move by Gibson. He wins it. Can he keep the puck? He will eventually, but not before he gets behind Lenker. Now the Gamecocks rotating it out from behind. Now coming forward. Quick turn shot from Gibson goes well wide. Back to the back boards. And Seahawks will send it back out. 14:06 and counting to go here in period 1. Gamecocks cannot clear. Quick one-timer goes wide from Eric Kirkham. Marquise didn't see it, then it slipped well out. Jacob Tenge goes out and corrals it for the Gamecocks, sends it on up. Alec Martone wins it at the blue line coming forward. He does not have numbers. Now coming in, though, is Julian DiPaolo going 2-on-2. Tries to feed DiPaolo, tried to knock it out of clean air, and he knocked it wide. Good thought there for South Carolina on the attack. Gamecocks still have it. Down on the backside, now coming up toward the boards. Now sending in, this is Dave Cochran on the backside. Lays it on back to the corner. South Carolina trying to bring it up back out to the blue line. And now sending on back down. Gamecocks just moving the puck around the perimeter. Julian DiPaolo going off the ice. Coming in, Grayson Curry. Might he set up at the point once again. Now he has to go over at the puck. Lays down a big check on John Cooprider. Curry now coming forward. Curry might have a good shot. Curry tries to make a move on Lenker, puts it out, and Lenker gets his glove on it. A big pileup going on the net mouth as Curry took a shot on Lenker and then ended up underneath the goalie. What a series there.
Yeah, the Gamecocks are definitely putting lots of pressure on Wilmington. They just can't get out of their zone. The one time they did get was a mistake by the Gamecocks, almost led to a scoring opportunity, but Gamecocks are really putting pressure, and I think it'll be a matter of time before they score a goal.
Yeah, 7 minutes in, that's quite something there. Face-off will come to the left side of Nick Lenker here. And it's won by South Carolina, right to the blue line. Grayson Curry, he plays it on down. Going after it, this is Ian Schneider for the Gamecocks. Now back up to center. Curry dumps it in. Gamecocks start the forecheck. Now coming forward. Plays it over near side. Now scooting up towards center. Seahawks with it in the neutral zone coming across. This is Bennett Clark. Clark trying to make moves. Ends up getting checked by Gamecock. Had a loose shot and all the way went to the wide corner. Eric Patterson coming up now toward neutral zone. Grayson Curry with it here. He slammed into the boards right by the penalty box. All the way down now in front of Lenker. He's coming up with it. Eric Patterson tried to pick his pocket and couldn't quite do it. Now Evangelist coming forward with numbers, turns, shoots on Marquise. Quick shot, and Marquise just snagged it out of clean air. Goodness gracious, what a save by Marquise.
Yeah, he tried to go glove side off the rebound, and it was a great glove save by Marquise there. Maybe this Kevin Ware, we're starting to see, maybe right now we're starting to see that the defense is making mistakes. Like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, that he's picking up and being a beast like he has been all season.
Evangelist had a heck of a move, and then just on his second opportunity, Marquise just swallowed that thing in front of a wide open net. A good stop there. Heavy check layered by Brian Soar, trying to make his impact felt early in his Gamecock career. Aaron Beaver turns around, shoots it from 3/4 ice right at Lenker. He pops it on a side. Henry France with it now for the Seahawks. Now sent along. France recovers it behind Lenker. And now tries to play it out. Gamecock fans banging on the wall, banging on the boards. They love to see their Gamecocks with hits. And a shot from nearly the blue line coming off the stick of Brett Sarakis. Once again swallowed up there by Gray Marquise.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see Wilmington, come out of their shell a little bit. They're starting to get a couple more shots. We saw that one great glove save by Marquise. So starting to shape up into a good game where both teams are starting to get some possession, some shots on net.
11:38 to go here in the first. Face off to the right side of Marquise. Won by UNC-Wilmington and played back. Martone with the pocket pick. Now Martone going the other way 2-on-1. Alec Martone skating on Lenker, fires it up in front. Gamecocks had a shot, it went wide. Now they got it behind. Who comes out with the puck? It looks like the Seahawks will on the corner. Best opportunity for the Gamecocks all day. Now a big open ice check. South Carolina wins it, but they'll have to retreat all the way back down to their defensive zone and now play out. Taken back by John Gibson. He slides it all the way across. Now up towards center off the stick of Jacob Tengy. Goes down. Gamecocks will change lines. Grayson Curry down on the ice again as he comes over top of the wall and takes a spill. Now he's back up. Seahawks in the near corner. And now moving it on around. Kick down at center ice by Gino Lamanna. Seahawks still flirting with it in their neutral zone. Now popping it forward. That goes off the stick of Evangelist. He plays it nicely up to Alexander Furtado. Goes all the way across. Saved by Frobel. And he put it right off the post. Did Marquise get a finger on that?
I think I might have glanced off his stick, man. I couldn't really see it, but it looked like I heard a hit stick when I'm giving him. But Wilmington's definitely starting to put more pressure on. It's almost the other way around now. USC's just struggling to get possession, and Wilmington's starting to get all the shots. So see how this goes from here.
I thought it might have been an errant pass from Furtado that Frobel just gobbled up and got a stick on. It might have been a really good pass by Furtado. Frobel almost had it back door. So whether the post or Marquise's glove saved the Gamecocks, they'll take it. Wilmington with a quick shot toward the net. Couldn't get a stick on it, could Coop Ryder. He might have had a good look. Now a shot comes from the point in Evangelist, and Marquise is there to hold it up again. Wilmington really getting that offense going, and they are finding the right holes at the right time, but Marquise has been able to get there just in the nick of time.
Yeah, they're starting to find some openings in this game. I think they've started to, found their footing a little bit. They're getting more into the game, and we got to see how the Gamecocks respond to this right now.
Ian Schneider on the hop, going after Evangelist, puts him all the way back in his defensive zone. Gamecocks with a steal at center ice. Now coming forward, nice dish to Mike Borst. Borst coming forward, quick shot. Fires high and goes well wide off the boards. Rattles all the way around back to center ice. Seahawks coming forward. They do not have numbers. 2-on-3. Quick shot now. It bounces off of something. Didn't see exactly what that hit from the stick of Coop Ryder. And now the Gamecocks have it safely. Plays it on back along the back wall. Halfway home here in period number 1. No score. That one bounced off the ref right in front of the Gamecocks bench. Now going after it is Eric Kirkham. He controls and sends on up to Bennett Clark. Clark sitting on forward. Good work there by Blake Drummond getting his stick on it, preventing a shot. Now the Gamecocks take it away. Schneider sends it forward. He was looking for Borst. Instead got a couple of Seahawks. It's kicked forward and sent off to the bench. Gamecocks are probably lucky Danny Brusha didn't control that puck there because he would have had an open shot. Tyler Evangelist coming down. He lays it on for Brusha. Brusha shoots well wide to the right of Marquise. Now goes around and skates back to center ice. Now here the Gamecocks go. Martone gives it off to Schneider. Schneider hesitates, goes right to the glove of Nick Lenker. Just slapped that out like a slingshot, ready to snag it.
Yeah, I think this game's open wide up now. Both teams getting several shots on goals, making a little bit of plays. And not as much hitting now. It seems to be more skating and a little more finesse in the game. Don't you think, Brett?
Yeah, I think so. I think both of the offenses are starting to open up a little bit. Guys look like they have their skates underneath them. That's paying off. Goalie's still doing work as we expected. Got two stalwarts in net tonight. Gamecocks win this draw. Julian DePaulo plays it on down. Lenker deflected that shot coming off the stick of Beaver to his left. Seahawks have it behind. Glove down by DePaulo, and the Gamecocks keep it in their offensive zone. DePaulo now trying to skate around Mulaney, and he does so. Now takes a hard hit from Mulaney. He's going down. I believe we're going to have a penalty called on that. I believe they're going to get Kevin Mulaney for, I don't think boarding, but that's essentially what happened as he knocked DePaulo down into the lower board there. And indeed, Kevin Mulaney will go to the box. We'll have our first power play of the night in favor of South Carolina.
Yeah, I remember before in several of these games, we always talk about the Gamecock special teams really helping them get on the board. So this is a huge opportunity for the Gamecocks to have the momentum going on right now. So huge opportunities. I thought this could be a time that maybe the Gamecocks start to really go out here. The crowd's getting into it. Momentum's going on their way. I think now is a really good time. They could definitely step up and get a goal.
Gamecocks will win this opening draw, the face-off. Got DePaulo at the point. Martone, right side of the net. He scoots it on back, now set up in front. DePaulo once again rotates it over. Across to the left side. Now the Gamecocks take it on, drag it on behind Lenker. Now trying to come up, Martone and DePaulo settling once again on the line. Holding was the official call there against Kevin Mulaney. Now they slide on down to the baseline. Coming up top, Seahawks tried to dive and get it. Couldn't get it. Shot comes quickly. Gamecocks try to turn around. Backdoor on Lenker. Poke checking in front. Poke checking and a frozen puck again, I believe is the call. Gamecocks for a second thought they had scored.
Yeah, I believe the net got dislodged again, so the rest are looking at that. But Gamecocks, they definitely look a lot more disciplined, don't you think? This before we saw them somewhat a little frantic, but now they're starting to pass the puck, move the puck around, and definitely look like they're much more of a threat on their power play than they did before.
We'll have a big line change here on this power play, so we'll see if these guys can keep that threat up. This is Borst and Gibson and Cochran, and on the face-off, Gibson sends it on over, taken by Borst. He plays it down along the baseline. Back up top, Gibson. Slides it on down. Eric Patterson now gets it across Cochran. Cochran weighing it up. Gibson on the line. Patterson goes down to the corner. Hesitates, sends it out, and the Gamecocks unable to get a stick on that in the air, so the Seahawks clear. We're halfway done in this power play. 55 seconds and counting left in the Gamecocks man advantage. 7:50 to go here in the first period. Gibson goes across looking for Cochran. Big check there. Hard hit by one of the Seahawks right on the Gamecock there, right about center ice. Behind Lenker goes the puck. South Carolina going back up toward the blue line. Laid it on down. Now poking in. Got a good shot on Lenker. Got a left leg pad on it, and they just clear it out of the way. South Carolina had a good looking opportunity. Lenker too good with that left pad. And the Seahawks clear it out. 20 seconds left in the power play, which should provoke the last big surge here for South Carolina. They try to make a quick line change. Huge ice check. Way in open ice. Gino Lamanna lays out Dave Cochran, and Cochran struggling to get back up on his feet. He's still down on one knee. Cochran's still down now on two knees. He's just trying to get a timeout here, and that's exactly what we'll have, a stoppage. Cochran down on the ice. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, it was a massive hit. I don't even think you saw it coming, just almost like a blind side, but so hopefully he'll be okay, but he's still down right now.
I don't believe there was any penalty called there. Coach Sirois seemed to be unhappy about that. See him yelling from the bench. Now Cochran back up on his feet, getting a nice ovation here from the Gamecock faithful. And he'll be attended to by the athletic trainers across the way. A couple good minutes there for Cochran, but man, that was brutal punishment there.
Yeah, that's what hockey's all about, those big hits, but sometimes it can take a toll, and Sometimes just get really, really hard. But I'm like what the Gamecocks are doing right now. They're definitely distributing the puck, not go out there trying to force things, just trying to get some wide open shots and get pucks. But the goalie left for Wilmington's last save right there just stuck his right pad out there real quick. And this game is definitely 0-0 because of him right now at the moment.
A little bit of a delay here. Referees conversing at the bench. And looks like we'll have another line change here for South Carolina. 7:02 remaining in the first period, just 4 seconds left before Mullaney gets released from the box. Now it looks like everything's been settled. Jacob Tengy will take the face-off for the Gamecocks. He'll win it in neutral zone. Now Ian Schneider going after it. Plays it on behind Lenker, going on down the boards. Won eventually by the Seahawks. Coming out is Lamanna.
Wilmington's now back at full strength.
Now coming forward, Wilmington with a couple good shots on the net. It just went all the way through. That one got back behind Marquise, but it skated off his back and went to the sidewall. Gamecocks escaped there. Alec Martone coming out, plays it all the way across. And the Gamecocks there will be a whistle at center ice. Yeah, we're going to go back to check on what just happened in the box there from Claudia Chikamian.
Elbow to player number 24 went down, and the referees were trying to decide if the elbow went to him or not to decide if it was a penalty, but they decided it was not a penalty, no interference, and play continued as it was.
So Coach Serwa did not get what he was looking for there, but Gamecocks will take the offensive possession here from there. Thank you for that, Claudia.
Very good.
And we're going forward now. The Gamecocks have it at center ice. Now scooting ball back into the defensive zone. Seahawks going after it. This is Alexander Furtado.
Okay,
now plays it up Curry.
Curry. Sorry, I don't know what.
And now Topolsky going after it. Topolsky slides it. Shot goes well wide. Aaron Beaver going after it.
Again? No, you want me to test?
Gamecocks toward the neutral zone. And now the Seahawks will control it moving forward. 5:40 to go here in the first period. Still no score. Fairly evenly matched hockey game. Good opportunities on both sides. Good goaltender play on both sides. Seahawks going 3-on-2 now all of a sudden, dragging it on toward the net. Eric Kirkham, quick shot goes back across, controlled in front, laid behind, and stolen by South Carolina. Good looking for the Seahawks. Now the Gamecocks going the other way. Moving forward with it, Eric Patterson. Patterson trying to make a move on the baseline, goes behind Lenker and sends it all the way on the other side of the boards. Ian Schneider wins it. Coming forward, Gamecocks have numbers. Patterson looking forward. It was turned away by a Seahawk defenseman. Bounces up in front, now skates back. Gamecocks controlling it in the neutral zone. Send it on down the boards. Will be taken by Henry France of UNC-Wilmington. Wilmington plays it up. We go toward neutral zone. And the Gamecocks will have it here. Send it on back. Patterson sends it on behind a couple of players. It bounced almost in front of Lenker, but instead sent in front. And right now the Seahawks just holding it right behind Lenker until a couple of Gamecocks go down. Now here come the Seahawks on the break. We saw Georgia do this, I believe. And maybe College of Charleston had a couple of these breaks. Actually, College of Charleston did this a whole lot. Puck skates right in front of Marquise, and the Seahawks score. Unlucky bounce for the Gamecocks off the wall. Instead, it went right in front to a wide open UNC-Wilmington Seahawk, and he buried it to give us the first points of the night.
Yeah, Brett, Gamecocks have been dominating this game from pretty much the whole start, but like we said before, just a couple lapses, and they led to one shot before, and Marquise was able to stop it. This one right here, the Gamecocks weren't able to stop, and it's now 1-0 in favor of UNC-Wilmington. So Gamecocks have to battle back, and hopefully they'll be able to respond right here in this face over here and get back down and put a puck in the net.
And we're going to see if we can get who that goal was. We do not have a name on the roster for that number, so we'll double check that in just a moment. But in any case, it is 1-0 UNC-Wilmington. Good to hear the Gamecock fans getting a Gamecocks chant going after that. They're still with it. Sure they will be here for all 3 periods and be loud. That's what you like to see here at the Plex, which you're always going to see here at the Plex. A couple of big checks going on in the far corner. Got fans over there too. They usually are setting up behind the opposing goaltender, and they are primarily tonight, but still a couple there on the corner on Marquise's side of the ice. UNC-Wilmington controlling it at center, now sends on back to the blue line. Taking it up, James Hatton. And UNC-Wilmington now coming on back. Controlling the puck here. This is Lamanna. Lamanna with a quick shot. Marquise got blocked by a couple of his own men, but the shot went wide. Gamecocks will send it down. Hatton tried to get his stick on it. He did not, so icing will be called. Gamecocks appear a little bit all over the place coming after that goal.
Yeah, it seems to be a little frantic now, just trying to do too much, and it's starting to cost them now. Wilmington's a couple lucky breaks there. Wilmington had another goal because luckily the Gamecocks were able to at least hustle to the puck to get it out of their zone, but now it's an icing. We'll see how the Gamecocks respond now.
Now you mentioned in the open, too, that it was all about the team that really gets on their footing faster, and right now that goes to Wilmington, but certainly the way the game has gone so far, not enough to guarantee that they were the team that really got underneath it first. Goal is credited to Christopher Monroe with the assist by Evan Henry. So there you go. Seahawks now along the wall. Send it back up top. This is Kevin Mullaney. Plays it on down, going after it. John Cooprider. Blocked up by a couple of Gamecocks. Julian DePaulo with it now. Tries to play it off the board. Gets it past Hatton. And Hatton will go off the ice as well a couple other Gamecocks. Quick line change there. Now South Carolina trying to control good offensive zone pressure provided by the Seahawks. And now they break out 2-on-1. Shot went off the stick of Cooprider. And I believe Julian DePaulo got a piece of that too and sent it out of the boards and out of play.
Yeah, new man Soar looks like he was. Gamecocks trying to talk to him now, but it looks a little bit of chemistry issues right now, just trying to figure things out. And he was unsure and just kind of coughed off the puck, and that created that chance for UNC-Wilmington.
Looks like that's when you're going to need one of these long line changes during a timeout. Face-off will be to the right side of Marquise and won by UNC-Wilmington. Played down by Sarakis, now behind. Seahawks bringing it out. Sarakis with it at the corner in the face-off circle. Tried to scoot it on through. Back to Monroe. Didn't get there. Martone wins it. Sends it for Borst. Puck goes straight up in the air. Glove down by one Gamecock. Grabbed by another. That was Borst. And I believe a hand pass was called there. So face-off will come to the right side of Marquise once again.
Brett, the Gamecocks seem to just be struggling to get this puck out of the zone, almost like the same problem UNC-Wilmington had at the beginning when USC was getting all the shots on net. Now the tables have turned a little, and USC they need to find a way to somehow to respond. Just keep a little bit of possession and get it down their own zone and try to get a couple of shots on goal.
Wilmington they win the face-off, but then they lost the puck right afterward. Mike Borst providing all kinds of pressure on Tyler Evangelos, just trying to steal the puck and get a one-on Lenker opportunity. Didn't get it. 2:20 to go here in the period, and that puck goes out of play right at center ice off of DePaulo's stick. Somebody got a souvenir, and it looks like a kid ran down in the stands, and he's going to be handed over the puck from the adult who grabbed it. We'll always love to see that.
Yeah, like you said, number 31 for the Gamecocks out there just pressing the puck. That's what we talked about before. The main thing they need to do is be aggressive on defense in the forecheck, and that can lead to opportunities. It may not lead to an opportunity immediately, but just the pressure, constantly pressuring the puck is going to make UNC-Wilmington work harder to get their things as well.
Center ice face-off. Jacob Tenge on it for South Carolina. Haven't seen a lot from him tonight. But again, part of that big spark plug line. Marquise has to hustle back to the crease as Seahawks were providing some pressure behind him. Now here comes DePaulo. Bennett Clark tried to check DePaulo, couldn't quite get there. Now the Seahawks defensemen get back just in time. Hard check there. Seahawks now one guy knocks the stick out of his teammate's hand. Shot comes right to Lenker. Gamecocks win it back. Got one Gamecock player down right in front of Lenker. Now from the point, Martone shoots. Good coverage in front from South Carolina. One from the guy that was down right in front of him. Now the Seahawks trying to get out. A couple players go down. Seahawks wanted a trip. I think they're going to get one. We got a delayed penalty call going against South Carolina. Quick shot. Marquise will hold and cover. And then the Wilmington Seahawks will go on the power play.
This is what the Gamecocks definitely do not need, already being down a goal and struggling to find momentum. So with the power play coming up, this is going to be a big time. Power plays can also give momentum going to your team too, making a big couple of stops. And then when you get back a full street, the Gamecocks definitely need to respond. But they definitely need to stand up right here, really big and tall as defense, and make sure UNC-Wilmington double that lead.
Yeah, especially at the end of the period. If Wilmington doesn't score, it will go to 28 seconds into the second period on the man advantage. They control the face-off at the point now. This is Cormier, leaves it to the left side. Danny Brescia. Brescia tries to play it in, got off the skate of John Gibson. James Hatton fighting for it with a couple of Seahawks. Henry France being very relentless there. Now coming back up top to the point. Skating all the way off to the side is Mullaney. Now up in front, quick one-timer shot. Marquise didn't see it. It went behind him just to the right side of the net. And a puck got through and in. Puck bounced off the back wall, and skating right there, I believe, was Danny Brescia just to pop it in the side. 2-0 UNC-Wilmington.
Yeah, I think Marquise lost it behind the goal and just couldn't find it. He was looking the other way, thinking they were going to come from the left side, but they popped back. A teammate popped back right around for UNC-Wilmington and went right through his legs, and he didn't even see it.
Offensively, you always like to put pucks on that backboard. You never know how the deflections are going to go. That time it worked for UNC-Wilmington. Zach Cormier had that giant shot from the point that went wide. Danny Brescia was there to clean it up. Seahawks score on the power play. They lead 2-0. Gamecocks trying to equalize here with less than a minute to go here in period number 1. That was Ian Schneider who was called for that penalty. It was a hook officially on what was essentially a trip at the blue line. So each team with one power play opportunity. Wilmington's 1 for 1. South Carolina 0 for 1. Now South Carolina controlling it in the far corner. Not for long. It's taken back by John Coop-Ryder. Sends it on along. Taken now by Eric Kirkham. Bringing it forward for Wilmington. Now sends it back all the way across behind Marquise. Gamecocks going after it here. 19 and 18 seconds to go here in period number 1. Send on down off the stick of Borst. Seahawks clear it back and then just go ahead and retreat. 10 seconds, maybe a final rush here coming from South Carolina. Can they advance the puck forward? Center ice. Gamecocks got to get it away before the Seahawks can get a hand on it. 2 seconds, 1 second. Shot from Eric Patterson as Lenker slides to his left and snags it out of the air. And that brings us to the end of the first 20 minutes of hockey with the score of the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks 2 and the South Carolina Gamecocks 0. We'll have your first period intermission report coming right after this. We'll recap what just happened in the first period as the referees letting letting UNC-Wilmington completely clear the ice and holding South Carolina back after Wilmington passes. We haven't seen anything like that since the Florida brawl. But so be it. Got to make sure things don't get too chippy here. And now Lenker with the black and teal ski cap is, with his mask off, is heading on in. And now South Carolina can do the same as all the fans get set to change their side so they can stay behind Lenker and hope to continue to provide some pressure on him. 2-0 Seahawks. First period intermission report with a recap and a whole lot more coming next on the Capital City Sports Network.
specialty. And you turn up so fresh and clean. Smells like trouble to me.
Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, but these small hours, these small hours still remain.
Every time you come around, I'm like, ooh, ooh, baby, ooh, ooh, baby. When I see you break it down, I like you do, baby, you do, baby. Papa told me, boy, don't never let down your guard. But when you touch my hand and talk that talk,
I got a rocket in my knees and a wobble in my walk.
wobble.
Wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my. When you touch my hand and talk sweet talk, I got a rocket in my knees and a wobble in my walk.
It's like my head back been drinking out the bottle. I swallow some strong drink, but really just my motto. She lotto, jackpot, grand prize, champion, franchise, born ready. Yeah, she get it right now, on time. Early AM, breakfast after the mayhem. Baby, cause they don't make them like you, I hope that you hate them. Black Costa's a virgin, I keep them twerking, they working. I swipe it perfect, go ahead and purchase, girl, it's on me. Yeah, it's my dime. Damn, if I'm wrong, yeah, it's alright. When you go down, down in my mind, do what you want, that's what I like. Every time you come around, I'm like, ooh, ooh, baby, ooh, ooh, baby. When I see you break it down, I like you do, baby, you do, baby. Papa told me, boy, don't never let down your guard. But when you touch my hand and talk that talk,
I got a rocket in my knees and a wobble in my walk.
wobble.
Wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my. When you touch my hand and talk sweet talk, I got a rocket in my knees and a wobble in my
Yeah,
walk.
wobble, wobble, satisfaction my motto. Show me and lead the way, and baby I'll follow. Promise you ecstasy. Long as you
Welcome back to the Plex Indoor Sports Ice Arena, everyone. I'm Brett Williams alongside Robert McCachran, and we are here at the first period intermission between your Gamecocks and the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks, with Wilmington leading 2-0. And Robert, from what we saw in the first period, it was a lot of UNC-Wilmington doing exactly what Coach Sirois wanted the Gamecocks to do, and that's just putting a lot of pucks on net, and a couple went in.
Yeah, if you notice that power play goal right there, the defenseman just threw it out there and got a lucky bounce, and the goalie just couldn't see it, and perfect puck. I mean, shot. And USC's been just nonchalant with the puck, just skating past it, just missing just soft passes, and UNC-Wilmington's taking advantage of that. And right now, the Gamecocks are actually beating themselves, in my opinion. Do you think that's the same?
I think that's very fair, and actually in a Daily Gamecock article published a little bit earlier this week, Eric Patterson said explicitly that the Gamecocks were not to beat themselves tonight or they would end up losing this game, so they're going to have to fix that a little bit. One power play goal already scored by UNC-Wilmington off the Ian Schneider penalty. The 2 goals going to Danny Brescia and Christopher Munro, respectively. Cormier with that big assist. And in terms of the Gamecocks, they did have some very good offensive looks, but we knew we were coming into with Nick Lenker. Just fantastic goaltending by him, and just really shut down what the Gamecocks had offensively.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. That glove save right there was a great save, but the Gamecocks did what they wanted to do in the beginning of the game. They came out skated, they were just hustling, and UNC-Wilmington just couldn't even get the puck out of their own zone, just throwing out there errant passes, and Gamecocks just couldn't take advantage of it just because of the great goalkeeping. So hopefully this period and next period, they just need a couple. I mean, you just get one goes in, and then another one goes in, and then all of a sudden you're right back in this game. So just they need to do what they did, replicate what they did in the first part of the first half, just not the second part of the
Exactly. A couple of best opportunities came off the stick of Grayson Curry at the point. Got to try to hit those quick shots, those one-timers, try to beat Lenker that way. Gamecocks will have to try to dig their way out of a 2-0 hole as we go to the second period. We have a little bit more of the intermission report coming to you next, but first, these messages from our station and from one of the sponsors here of the Gamecock hockey team, and that is our venue here at the Plex Indoor Sports in Irmo with the Highwire Trampoline Park. You can catch all of that action on this commercial, and then anytime you come out to the Plex as well. That's right now on the Capital City Sports Network.
Highwire Ice is a state-of-the-art extreme trampoline park featuring a 20,000 square foot continuous jumping field and Olympic-sized foam pits with over 90,000 cubes of foam. Your heart will be pumping as you try to slay Mac the Dragon, one of the largest ninja obstacle courses in the U.S. The Dragon features a Cirque du Soleil trapeze bar, multiple silks, a rock wall, vertical climbs, slack lines, swinging bridges, and leaps of faith monkey bars. It's an incredible agility course. The park also has a dodgeball arena, dunkable basketball hoops above trampolines, and a designated kiddie jump area with foam pits. Plus, there's a designated birthday party area, as well as a mezzanine for parents to watch their children jump down below. And don't forget, Club Highwire Ice will be the destination of choice for anyone 15 years and older on Friday and Saturday nights from 8 to 11 p.m., featuring state-of-the-art boom sound, black lighting, and lasers that will beat to the music. All located at Plex Indoor Sports in Irmo, the home of Gamecock hockey. Highwire. Fly high.
Remember, all we did was care for each other.
We're back at the Plex Indoor Sports Ice Arena, everybody. Brett Williams and Robert McCachran here with you, and want to talk a little bit more about the postseason tournaments coming up. We're going to get to the SEC tournament in a little bit, and by that I mean, first of all, literally, because we will be there to cover that tournament. So excited for that, but then also we're going to talk about that a bit more. But again, tonight, the big implications are for the ACHA tournament. So once again, these two teams part of the D3 South region, and 4 of those teams from the South region are going to make it to the national tournament. That's the 2 best teams in the South at the end of the regular season, and then the 2 best teams, the runner-up and the champion from the ACHA tournament of everybody else. So the top 10 teams will make that tournament, and the 3 through 10 seeds will actually play. UNC-Wilmington sitting at 8, South Carolina sitting at 11, Florida and Georgia, 2 other SEC teams, sitting at 9 and 10. So this weekend and next weekend in the SEC tournament will have a lot of implications on the ACHA on the backside. And the Gamecocks have really, we talked about the rough schedule in the Open. They have played so many games. 9 of their 11 losses have been against teams that are ranked higher than them in the ACHA rankings. Florida, Georgia, Vanderbilt, 2 of those teams actually won a game against, split the Florida and the Vandy series. All the teams from Florida, Florida Gulf Coast, Central Florida, South Florida. In fact, both of these teams, Wilmington and South Carolina, were at the same tournament down at UCF and lost to all of those teams in succession. And that was kind of the way they ended their first half. So, that Florida gauntlet was quite a thing. But that's a situation for the ACHA, and both Eric Patterson and Coach Sirois were of the opinion that these 2 games were needed to be must-wins for the Gamecocks in order to get there. So we'll see what happens tonight with that.
Yeah, this was definitely a huge game for both teams. If USC gets these 2 wins, then they could be in. Will they be in? Did Coach Sirois say they would be in?
They very well could be, because it would be 2 wins against a team 3 seeds above them. So I think it would be good enough to get them in for sure.
This is definitely a must-win game, and hopefully the Gamecocks will pull it out, being 2-0 down in the game.
And with that, I think we're getting ready to start here in the second period. So we will get you that momentarily. And what? Go to the cameras. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's... Are we live? Start talking. Damn. I think that might have been... Whoa. What is going on?
Danny, what are you doing? Zoom out. Why is it Danny, zoom out. Danny, zoom out. Danny, zoom out. I don't know why it was zoomed in. I was zoomed in. What is it? You are live right now. Oh, vlogging?
Oh, hell.
1950 now. Are we live? Yes. 48.
Sorry about that, folks. Had a couple of technical issues up here, but now we're back online. 19:40 to go here, 20 seconds into the second period. 2-0 Seahawks, as we said. And an early stoppage of play. As we mentioned at the end of the first period, all of the fans that have gone behind, that were behind Lenker on the right side of the ice on your screen, moved around to the left side as Lenker did the same. Seems to be a big fan tradition here at the Plex. Get behind the goalie and try to harass him as much as you can.
Yeah, definitely heckling the goalie is probably one of the funnest parts being at a hockey game as a spectator.
And certainly the great part about the Plex, too, is you can just kind of hang out by the boards. Really, all the students are there, as opposed to, in a big NHL arena, you've got 3 decks of fans, so don't have to worry about that here. You're close and personal with the players, and that's what we like to see. Gamecocks controlling it behind Gray Marquise, but only for a moment, as it's won back by the Seahawks, and that was Bennett Clark with it. Now coming up back toward the blue line. Wilmington takes it on down underneath. Now spins it on back. Gamecocks trying to bring it out. Can they clear it? Going to bounce off a couple of players at a quick big check there on the near boards. And then after Clark leveled that hit, now he goes back down. Now the Seahawks coming forward 3-on-1, but a penalty called behind. And it looks like UNC-Wilmington will actually have a guy go to the box here, and that will be Bennett Clark, perhaps on that boarding call.
Yeah, it was just a bad penalty overall by UNC-Wilmington. It was not necessary. He was on the ground, just slapped at his legs and fell down. The ref immediately called it.
That's a big break for South Carolina here early in the second period, just a minute 12 in. And with a good opportunity to get back here, they needed something like that to get some momentum, and they'll try to bring that going forward if they can convert on their second power play opportunity of the night. Face-off will be to the right side of Lenker. It will be won. A couple players fighting for it now, won by South Carolina. Ian Schneider out from behind, sends it toward the blue line. Couple players at the point for South Carolina shooting for it. It got blocked up in front off a Seahawk. kept in barely by Julian DePaulo, but then cleared by Wilmington. They'll try to rotate it down, and going after it are 3 different Gamecocks. They'll corral it behind and bring it on out. Slashing the official call there against Clark. Now the Gamecocks hustling it forward into the neutral zone. Now slam it in. The forecheck begins. Jacob Tengy on the far side boards. Can't keep it in. Just lost puck control there for a moment. Now the Seahawks get a stick on it in the neutral zone and clear it. Not quite all the way down the ice. But the Gamecocks will have to retreat. Now they come forward. Losing it back in the defensive zone again. So far, solid defense there from Wilmington on this power play, on this penalty kill for them. And a whistle. I believe the Gamecocks were offside.
Yeah, but I don't know if you see this like I do, but it looks like USC's doing just what they were doing in the first period, just being nonchalant with the puck, just tapping around, just not getting the sticks to it, and UNC-Wilmington started to take advantage of that, and if this keeps on going like this could get much worse.
Haven't seen a ton of times tonight where South Carolina's really set up the offense, got their point players working. Nearly need to make that happen. Get some intensity going in here. South Carolina will win this neutral zone face-off. Eric Patterson coming forward, hesitates on his stick, fires, and Nick Lenker right there with the outstretched glove and snags it down. I don't know if this was any thought by the Gamecocks, but last year in the second game when the Gamecocks beat the Seahawks, South Carolina came out in black versus UNC-Wilmington in white. For the longest time, South Carolina had been wearing white at home, and they did so on the Friday night game against the Seahawks, where the Seahawks wore black, and Wilmington ended up winning that. So the Gamecocks coming out in the black tonight, but down 2-0. We'll see what happens. South Carolina now sends it all the way across. John Gibson, quick backhand, didn't get a lot of power on it. Lenker popped it away, and an early whistle. Now we got a little fisticuffs going right at the net mouth. 3 different one-on-ones going, and the referees quickly in there. All 3 referees come in to disperse it. A couple of still more words going, and more words from the fans as well.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little chippy out here, but I'm a little surprised, Brett. It didn't look like the puck was still loose. Maybe the ref just missed sight of it, or because that's the second time now seeing the puck still loose and the ref's just blowing it dead.
I think referees, particularly at this level of play, don't really want to let anything devolve into craziness. We have seen that before, and I don't think the referees wanted to take any chances of seeing that again.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to get a little chippy out there, as you just saw several players pushing and shoving, fans getting into it, and the fans egg you on. You just want to keep going, and looks like a Gamecocks now, 2 Gamecocks in the penalty box and 1 UNC-Wilmington players in the penalty box as well.
So offsetting penalties, but of course in hockey that means both players are going to the box and we're having 4-on-4 action. Now sent forward, check that 5-on-4. As Clark's still in the box for the Seahawks. My apologies there, so it will be 5-on-4 rather than the 4-on-3, interestingly enough. South Carolina coming forward now. One back around by Zach Ropke, coming out quick. Almost a one-timer there from Nard Slicko, but he just played it down off the boards. Didn't really try to shoot to the net. Not sure what he was trying to do there. Maybe try to engineer a bounce. Carolina still with it. Eric Patterson with it. Now sends it on back. Julian DePaulo behind Lenker. DePaulo trapped on the boards. He wanted a penalty called for holding there. Still wants a penalty. DePaulo looks like he's being held down on the ice. South Carolina wins it far side. Quick shot. It skipped off of Lenker's stick. He didn't see it, but it went wide of the crease. And now South Carolina checked down in front. Another whistle. Looks to be another penalty coming here against UNC-Wilmington. More words being shared. Jacob Tengy having a few words to say with Brett Sarakis. We'll see what's charged here. We had Gibson and Cooper Ryder went to the penalty box for both sides. They started the 5-on-4. Let's see what we're going to have here. Fans are yelling a lot of things. Looks like we're going to have 2 more guys go to the box. That's Ropke for South Carolina and Evan Henry, neither of whom were involved in that particular altercation. What'd you see, Robert?
Well, they seem to be really just talking to each other, definitely bickering back and forth. I believe the refs just wanted to make sure that this game doesn't start getting more out of hand, so they definitely just immediately just broke it up and sent both of them to the penalty box. So I'm not sure if we're going to have some 4-on-4 hockey now, 5-on. I don't know what's going on. Just a bunch of crazy stuff going on right now.
Gotta love it. This is end of the regular season right here. You got to lay it all out on the ice. I've already seen a couple players laid out on the ice.
This could be starting to be reminiscent of the Florida game where you just got half the team in both boxes. We might as well go back down there and join them again, Brett.
Yeah, just let's have a little penalty box party. How about that? I'm going to bring the nachos and I'll bring the buffalo wings. How about that?
Oh, yeah, we can definitely get the nachos. I guess we should wait for drinks. Somebody else get us drinks?
A couple 2-liters?
Yeah, there we go. That's definitely a good plan.
There we go.
We'll have a nice conversation with Claudia down there.
Yeah, we'll get a quick word from Claudia next opportunity when we get a shot here. See what she's hearing down there. Potentially some pleasantries being shouted across the box. That'd be quite something to be in the middle of.
Most definitely. I'm sure she's getting a nice earful of it over there.
And I'm sure Nick Lenker and the Seahawk defenseman are about to get a big earful from all the Gamecock fans back there. It will be still 5-on-4 in favor of South Carolina. We'll see if we can get these penalty minutes sorted out for you in a bit. They got a 2-minute power play on the clock for South Carolina, so that's what we're going to go with. South Carolina will take that 5-on-4 from here. Technically their third power play opportunity, although it's kind of a double extended. Cormier officially in the box there for Wilmington. And now a shot forward, a couple players getting a bounce, and it'll get cleared out. Now here comes UNC-Wilmington on the break the other way. They're going 2-on-2, coming with the stick, and it shoots across the net mouth. Now South Carolina on the counterattack, coming forward. Duncan Hickman trying to make, that was Ian Schneider making one move. Played it softly off the pad of Nick Lenker. Now up top, this is Hatton. Hatton checked up at the point. Tangy with a quick shot goes off of Lenker's right pad. Martone with it on the baseline, bringing it out. Up to the blue line. Now they send it across. James Hatton controls it down. Hatton with a quick shot. He was looking for a guy across the crease. Good look, but instead it found the stick of Kevin Mullaney. Gamecocks will keep it in, still at the blue line. Now going down, James Hatton hesitates, shoots it toward the net, getting a couple bounces, but it goes wide. That's exactly what South Carolina needed to do. Schneider trying to bring it out. He goes, hits the deck. Now comes up top. Schneider rotating it around. Julian DePaulo at the blue line. Shoots a quick shot. It was blocked. Good job on defense by Wilmington. And that in particular was Gene Lamanna. Alec Martone let him get a piece of his mind right there. Just slammed him into the boards. But Lamanna will take the clear. 34 seconds left on the power play for South Carolina. Martone with it forward. 2-on-2. Here comes South Carolina. Now going forward, Nard Slicko at the net. Couldn't get the pass away, could Martone. And the Seahawks jamming him into the boards. This is Tyler Evangelos providing the defense. Evangelos will come away with the puck, try to backhand hold it, and he ended up making himself run into the board. A little spin around move. Outfoxed himself on the skates. And now the puck goes well high, coming on back. Julian DePaulo at the defensive blue line, and the penalty will expire. Who the heck is going to come out of the box? We're going to find out. And that will be Evan Henry. That first penalty went against Henry, and he'll come back out. Cormier still in the box. Gamecocks still have 2 players in the box. Wilmington also has another player, so it's still back to 5-on-5 originally, but 4 guys in the box combined of these 2 teams. Big check there. Seahawk almost got sent into his own bench, and a quick shot there. Marquise will have to swallow. Couple little extra moves here. More players getting into it, and we're going to go live to Claudia to explain what has just gone on in the last couple minutes. Okay. All right, we're going to find that in just a moment. Sorry, folks, couldn't quite get there. We'll try again the next time out. 14:10 to go here in the second period. And another penalty is going to go against UNC-Wilmington here. Alexander Furtado, I'm guessing for a little moment after the fact. And I think we are going to go live to Claudia. Are we not? Sorry, folks, we're still working through that. We'll continue to work on this throughout the night. We appreciate your patience. But a lot of chatter going on off the benches and from the fans. And once again, South Carolina going to go on the power play. They're 0 for 3. Got to convert this one.
They definitely do, but UNC Women is just starting to get a little chippy and making some bad mistakes, and Gamecocks starting to need to take advantage of these opportunities.
Set up offensively. Can the Gamecocks do it? Right up top. Nard Slicko drifting in. Quick shot. Bounced away off a couple of players. That bounces off of Eric Patterson, now coming towards center ice. And Wilmington will be able to clear it out off the stick of Bennett Clark. Now going down. And puck scoots up into the neutral zone. And now laying on behind, here comes Carolina moving forward. Eric Patterson controls it and then lost it. He goes into the far corner. Minute 20 remaining on this power play. Rotating it around. Coming up top, DePaulo, now over to Dave Cochran. Quick shot from Cochran. It got blocked. Really good work by the perimeter defenseman. That's Brett Sarakis right there for Wilmington. Cochran now makes a move around Sarakis, but Sarakis still getting his stick in there, causing some havoc. DePaulo plays it up. Billy Curriger now. And cleared once. No, actually grabbed by the Seahawks and then cleared. Bennett Clark once again up top. Makes the steal, then sends it on down. Gamecocks trying to go while Wilmington on an odd line change, but Patterson didn't get spun around and control the puck in time. He'll be able to just get it back in, so the Gamecocks will stay onside. Now Kuriger in the corner, slipping around. Patterson sends it up top. Hickman rotating around, fires a quick shot, bounces behind, they score! Check that Ian Schneider, who Coach Sirois told us before the game was one of the hottest players on this squad. That is his 11th goal of the season. He leads all Gamecock scorers and is a 2-1 hockey game.
Yeah, in hockey you always say good things happen when you get the puck to the net, and that time he just shot it in. Maybe got a lucky bounce. I think it nicked off his shoulder. Is that what you saw there too?
I think it did. Lenker got just a piece of it, but didn't quite get enough to control it. It just scooted on behind his shoulder and then hit into the ice. And that will be a goal for the Gamecocks. Now down to Claudia Chikamian for a little bit more on all this.
So far has been full of a lot more action overall. There have been multiple penalties so far on both sides of the bench. UNC-Wilmington has had calls on unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing, and kneeing, while USC has been called for unsportsmanlike conduct. There's 31 seconds left, or no. After that USC penalty, the box is empty and we're back to full strength. So we'll see what happens now. Back up to you guys.
Thanks so much, Claudia. That's a whole lot of everything. Unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing. I've never heard of kneeing. You heard of kneeing, Robert?
I have not heard of that penalty, but I guess you learn something new every day, right?
In a physical kind of game, I guess we got to get very specific about what kind of physical contact is being made. So anyway, 12:37 to go. As Claudia said, the boxes are clear. But I guarantee you the intensity will not slow down anytime soon. 2-1 UNC-Wilmington over South Carolina. Ian Schneider with that last goal, really coming on for the Gamecocks over the second half of the season. Power check there provided by Brian Soar. Now Soar gets it returned to him right off of Zach Cormier. Gamecocks bringing it back out, controlling it offensively. Topolsky makes a nice power move in backhand. Good stick check there from Soar. Soar with it again, trying to poke on Lenker, and Lenker will have to come all the way out to the left side of the net and hold on.
Yeah, after this goal in the power play, the Gamecocks seem to have just been brought back to life, and now they're getting pucks to the net and just scrambling around, and UNC-Wilmington start having to struggle with this, and have to see how they're able to cope with this new pressure by the Gamecocks.
Talked about South Carolina running into that pressure situation as UNC-Wilmington started scoring a couple times in the first. Now the Seahawks are starting to look like they're all over the place, and the Gamecocks getting pressure on Lenker is what they need. Now back to the point, Gamecocks win the faceoff again, dumped right down, goes right back to Lenker, has to swallow it. Gamecocks another close chance.
And Brett, does it look like you almost switched again how UNC-Wilmington's playing a little bit nonchalantly, passing the puck around, the USC's just taking advantage of those and getting pucks on the net.
And how many times have we talked about South Carolina not setting up offensively? That's what they're starting to do now. Trying to build off of the Seahawk mistakes. Left side face-off to Lenker, won this time by UNC-Wilmington. Sent on around the boards all the way to the near side. Picked up there by Coop Ryder. Big check there from Tengy. Tengy goes after the puck too. He almost got it behind Lenker. Martone got his stick on it. Seahawks having a lot of trouble clearing it right now. Gamecocks' stick movement is on point right now. Assists on that Schneider goal coming from Aaron Beaver and Eric Patterson. Patterson, that is his 9th assist on the season. And Beaver, that would be his 3rd. Now the Gamecocks coming out from the baseline. Good sneak move, trying to wrap around. That was Tengy, now hesitates, goes towards center, stolen by the Seahawks. Coming forward, this is Gino Lamanna. Lamanna moving forward, he's got Clark scooting forward right toward the net. Now slides it on back. Back towards center ice. Cleared down, going after it, Alec Martone. Now in the far side corner, this is Hayden Lopez. Check provided there by Schneider. Won by Lamanna, coming out across center ice, moving forward. Got one man to his left, one man to his right. Moving to the left side, now tries to send it on back to Coop Ryder, couldn't get it there. Open ice check provided by South Carolina. The Gamecocks take the puck, they break out 4-on-2. Coming forward, trying to go 1-on-2 himself is Kuriger. Back shot, looking for it. Wilmington almost put it in its own net. I think Lenker got his left pad on that just in time. Now blue line checking going on. South Carolina sends it back all the way diagonally across the neutral zone, then dumps it in. James Hatton goes after it. Gotta love the intensity coming from South Carolina here in the second period. Hatton toward the far side corner, settles it down, then loses it, then gains it right back. Gamecocks will have to retreat and dump back down. Hatton going back out of play here. One on the backside, UNC-Wilmington now sending it up. Try to get it off to Sarakas. Went all the way down. Gamecocks will out-hustle him. That's Nick Nard-Slicko getting back, and icing is called.
Yeah, the Gamecocks, like you just said, are just out-hustling them right now. And the UNC-Wilmington just seems like they're on their heels, just skating backwards. Gamecocks are just swarming them right now and just not able to get any off it, instead of just having to, like you just saw right there, just throw it down the ice and get an icing call for the Gamecocks.
Face-off won by UNC-Wilmington. That was a big face-off win. The Seahawks needed that. Gamecocks, however, will control it. Mike Borst, the near side corner, trying to go 1-on-2 rather. Big open ice hit. Eric Patterson laying it down. Got the fans into it that time. Pretty clean hit from Patterson. Nothing called there. Puck got in front of Marquise. Quick shot from Wilmington, just got away. South Carolina couldn't quite clear it the way they wanted to. Almost ended up paying the price. Now rotating it back, Zach Cormier plays it towards center. Nard-Slicko with a check. Puck will get down. It went off a nobody, so icing called against the Seahawks once again with 9:28 to go in period number 2. Couple of fresh faces on the ice here. Gamecocks will make a line change, and face-off will come once again in the offensive zone for South Carolina. I've seen very few opportunities for Wilmington in their offensive zone here in this period. Zach Ropke has it for South Carolina, then tries to play it forward to the point. Seahawks trying now to jam it clear, and they can't. And now a puck will go to center, taken by Wilmington. The Seahawks coming out. Cormier pops it ahead to Coop Ryder. Sends it all the way down the far corner, going after it now. Ropke sliding it all across. Eric Patterson takes it in the near corner. Up top, Cormier, quick shot. Marquise slid all the way his left to pop it away. Probably didn't need to, but did prevent the bounce off the back wall, which got the Seahawks a goal earlier. Now the Seahawks steal it right back. Quick shot. Marquise knocks it right in the air. A Gamecock gloved it down right in time. I don't think Marquise saw it after he popped it in the air. That might have gone right into his net behind him. Now comes behind Marquise. Gamecocks bringing it on out. And stolen right back. Great stick work by John Cooprider. And then he hits the deck. And a penalty called by the back judge. And I think that one's going to go against the Gamecocks.
Yeah, but it seems like during this whole game, the theme has just been one team gets some momentum, goes down, skates around, have some possession, and then they slow down a little bit, a little more nonchalant with the puck, bad puck handling and stuff, and then come right back, and the other team has momentum now and just keeps on going back and forth. No team really, this hasn't been like all-out skating. There's only been a couple times this entire game where that's happened.
So Grayson Curry goes to the penalty box here, and now Wilmington 1-for-1 on the power play today. Now goes back with the man advantage, hooking officially the call there against Curry. And here we go. Wilmington on the baseline, taken by Coop Ryder. He's got waiting at the point Tyler Evangelos and Bennett Clark. Evangelos with it now right at the top, hesitates, now slides it on back to the left. Cormier, quick shot. Check that, Sarakas. Now going back down, Bennett Clark with it. Waiting up top, one-timer from Evangelos. Goes right forward, Wilmington, a wide open net, and they score. Good puck movement at the right time. And breaking away with the goal right in front. That's going to go to Gino Lamanna.
Yeah, the Gamecocks just doing that power play just seem to be standing around watching the puck instead of actively going out there and trying to stop it. Only a couple Gamecocks will be moving around. Other people just sticks down on the ground, just not even paying attention right now.
Seahawks with the right response there. They take a 3-1 lead here with 8 minutes to go here in the second period. Puck bouncing around. Gamecocks will eventually win it back here in their offensive zone, played back by Curry. So 2 of the 3 goals scored by the Seahawks tonight coming off the power play. So they're 2 for 2 there. Evangelos Furtado giving the assists there. Now sliding on forward. Here comes Clark. He goes right to the gut of Marquise. And boy, was Lamanna going straight after Marquise apparently on that. And a couple of Gamecocks got in the way and checked them out of the way just in time.
Yeah, this game's starting to get a little chippy out here, and refs going to have to watch things closely because, you know, you've seen them several times. Teams protect their goalie, and if you get one touch on the goalie, then you could have an all-out brawl in your hands.
Yeah, it's an unwritten rule in hockey. Do not touch the goalie. And players will enforce that for sure. 7:31 on the clock here in period number 2, and then back to a 2-goal advantage for the Seahawks. And once again, the momentum shifts offensively. The Seahawks controlling it in their offensive zone a whole lot more now, but they do lose this face-off. South Carolina plays it back to neutral ice. Now going back across, the Seahawks take it right back. Bennett Clark sliding it on down. Going across, this is John Gibson. Gibson plays it back. Now the Gamecocks breaking away. Popping it along forward. Zach Cormier takes it back at center ice. Slams it on along Evangelos. Moving forward and a hard high check there. Alec Martone looked like he was headhunting on Evangelos. Gamecock hopped over the puck there. Seahawks play it on down. Aaron Beaver going after it. Picks it up and gets slammed into the board. Seahawks just going after every Gamecock they can find, slamming them into the wall. Now back to Evangelos. Comes on back up. UNC-Wilmington, he goes down hard. That's going to be an easy penalty call against South Carolina. Got to be a trip there. Jacob Tengy slams Evangelos down. Evangelos hits the deck again. And now there's some extracurricular going again. 2 Gamecocks, 2 Seahawks on the near side boards. And it looks like the referees got there just in time to avoid this from escalating, but a bad penalty there for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, it's just like how the Seahawks did time before. There was no need for that. It was such an unnecessary play. He was already past him, just let him go by, but instead he just sticks out his stick, and now you're down 2 goals, and Wilmington's going on a power play again.
2 of those goals for Wilmington scored on the power play. They're 2 for 2. South Carolina got to try to get that penalty kill working right now. What do you think is going to be the key for them defensively? And they've just let a lot of pucks get the marquees. How do they lock that down?
They got to stop standing around and watching the puck. Defensively, you got to be active, especially since you're man down. So you can't just be standing there, stick off the ice. And several times the stick will just be holding off the ice.
Seahawks win the face-off. Quick shot there coming off the stick of Eric Kirkham and cleared out by South Carolina after it bounced off a defender down low. This is where the presence of Kyle Ware very missed tonight. Often a lot of times just going up right to the blue line on the power play, on the penalty kill when he's on the penalty kill, and trying to get the puck away, cause some havoc, maybe even start a break the other way. We've seen that a lot this season. Now Wilmington taking it back, dropping it on down. Marquise rotates from the right side of the post, or right post to the left post. Seahawks at the point, sending it along down the blue line. Now popping along, back up top. This is Evangelos. Evangelos, the puck is stolen at center ice. Now coming forward with it, Nard Slicko plays it back. Gamecocks 2-on-2. Here comes Topolsky. Topolsky makes a move backhand. Lenker has to grab it and hold it in his gut. 5:42 to go in the first period. And the Gamecocks going to get an offensive zone faceoff out of that opportunity.
Yeah, it's huge. Just even if you don't get anything out of it, it's just time wasted before you get your man back on the ice. And Brett, I don't know if you noticed it, but does it seem like just the Gamecocks during this penalty kill is just standing around, sort of watching the puck, just going through the motions, just following the puck. We're not really actively getting on it and hustling out there.
Really do have to put a lot of one-on-one pressure. Haven't been doing that quite as well. 50 seconds gone in the penalty. Now coming forward and taken back behind by the Seahawks. They get it, send it on back. Now slowing it down. This is Danny Brescia. Expect an attack coming. Here they come. Seahawks going 4-on-2 that way. They've got another guy waiting up top. He skates back onside, now back into the offensive zone. Seahawks setting up their offense. Now coming forward to Polsky, good check. Forced the pass to go a bit wide for Cormier. Seahawks will keep it in, now across, now they can't keep it in. Ian Schneider now, and taken back by Cormier. Check that, that's Kevin Mullaney with the puck right now. Both of those guys got some long hair. Mullaney. Now back up top, Coop Ryder plays it back. A little give and take right now. Now the Gamecocks get it away. Now another shorthanded opportunity coming. Julian DePaulo plays it ahead. Quick shot. Patterson, can he control it on his stick? Couldn't quite. And Lenker will freeze it in his glove. Patterson just couldn't quite get enough on it to get a shot off. He did kind of poke it at Lenker, but really didn't get the high percentage shot you were looking for on that break.
Yeah, he just lost control over there. If he would have handled it, he would have maybe get more of a shot on it, but just a little roller. And for goalkeeper, as much as Lemke is over here, he's just going to be able to put that in his glove and it's done.
Nonetheless, Robert, I do think we're starting to see what we've been talking about here. The Gamecocks are starting to put that blue line pressure on the penalty kill, and they're getting some good looks out of it.
Yeah, this face-off wins right here is huge. Just, even if you don't get a goal of it, just taking time off the clock, less time for Wilmington to take actually advantage of the 5-on-4 advantage they have.
And just as you say that, that clock expires, so the first penalty successfully killed by South Carolina tonight. Wilmington's still going to have it offensively here with an opportunity. 4:24 to go here in the second period. Now the Gamecocks control it out. And not for long, UNC-Wilmington right back, and they'll have to go right to Marquise. He'll cover it and hold it for the save. So a lot of penalties coming tonight. Gamecocks have had a little bit of trouble with that during this season, but also having to draw a lot of penalties. I don't know if that just says they're a very physical team that gets to other teams sometimes. That'll happen, but so we've seen a lot of physicality every time we come out to the Plex. Then again, what would hockey be without that? Good look in front. Henry France was looking for Bennett Clark. Clark got a stick on it, but really didn't get a good look at it. Popped it around. Now the Seahawks trying to go near post and just got jammed. Laid it on back, going behind Marquise now. South Carolina with it. Trying to bring it out. Now they go. Taken up by Hatton. Hatton plays it on down the boards. It went through one Seahawks legs and now sends on down. Gamecocks going after it. Seahawks make a frantic line change. Gamecocks try to send it all the way down to do that. Went off the stick of Henry France, and he plays it on back for the Seahawks. Now the Gamecocks get it right back, and the Seahawks take it right back at neutral ice. On down behind Marquise. Gamecocks control it. Now bringing it out top of the key, if you will. Now coming back, the Seahawks had a look for a second. Now it goes back toward their bench. And a whistle.
I'm not really sure what the ref called, but puck's coming back almost to neutral ice, and it starts to seem like, people don't really realize this, but sometimes a penalty kill can really give your team momentum, just stopping the team, being a man down, just making you work a little harder for it, and then you start hustling and the intensity goes up for your team as well.
That might have been the time to get the Gamecocks chant going. The fans definitely into it, and a big check there by Nard Slicko drove Monroe into the boards. Gamecocks coming on out. Aaron Beaver with it now. Beaver coming on down, pursued by Cormier. Hard check in the back by Cormier. He's just trying to muscle Beaver into the wall, and Soar popped it away for South Carolina. Now glove down by Mullaney, and fighting after it, Beaver, and Beaver will pop it on out. Mullaney sends it across. Taken now by Monroe. Monroe coming forward, but South Carolina gets it right back in the neutral zone. Now coming forward, Soar goes it right toward Nick Lenker. He pops it off his left pad, covers with the left glove with 2:26 to go.
Yeah, the Gamecocks seem to just skate a little harder, getting a couple of pucks on net, and it never hurts just get pucks on net, give you a little more confidence, think, hey, we can do this. It's just got to pick your times now, and if the Gamecocks can get one more goal in, we still have a whole another third period, and what's left of the second period, and only be a 3-2 game.
Face-off will come on the right side of Lenker. Eric Patterson with it. Patterson plays it on back. Carolina winning it on the blue line. Now dumps it on down. Patterson. Ropke. Now Patterson coming out from behind trying to sneak it, and he scores! Eric Patterson with the wraparound. You got to leave it to your senior leader in a situation like that. A little sneak attack, and he beats Lenker back to a 1-goal deficit.
Well, I'm not going to say I called that goal because I told him, but if you get a couple pucks on net, then good things are going to happen. At that time, senior leadership is always a huge thing, and putting the team on his back, and he scores a goal. And now, like I said, we got 2 minutes left in this second period and a whole 20 minutes left in this 1-goal game again.
The wise Robert McCachran up here in the booth. And a good time for South Carolina to put that one in the net. There's that Gamecocks chant. Three to 2, UNC-Wilmington the score. South Carolina wants a little bit more. A lot of speed coming out of the face-off, but the Seahawks will have it. Big check Patterson, really putting on the team on his back, like you said, Robert. Really trying to do it in center ice as well. Get that physicality going, maybe make up for that missed shorthanded opportunity there in a minute. Coming forward now, DePaulo with a quick opportunity. Lenker got it just away. Patterson providing some pressure in front of Lenker. Ropke and Cochran with the assists on that last goal. Now coming forward, goes off of Ropke. Patterson dumps it on down. Pursued by Borst, picked up instead by Henry France of UNC-Wilmington. And now good stick by South Carolina in center ice to prevent an attack. And what would have been about a 4-on-2 going the other way for Wilmington. 1:25 to go here in the second period. 3-2 Seahawks. Gamecock sliding it forward. Hatton, stick on it, trying to spin around. Hatton moving forward now. Pops it on along. Gamecocks possibly a 2-on-1, but a Seahawk got his stick on it. That was Mullaney and got it away just in time. Now Mullaney back on the defensive end. Slides it on across. Right back to Mulaney near side. Now Mulaney comes forward, dumps it way high and all the way down. 1 minute to go in a period. Going after it, and that will be icing as no Seahawk can get a stick on it. So the Gamecocks back to another offensive zone faceoff and another opportunity.
Yeah, the minimum is definitely back in the Gamecocks' favor. And Patterson, he's playing really well. He's obviously got a goal in the hip, but it doesn't just put his team on the back, just put the team on his back. It's just when you see your senior leader like that going out there and hustling, it makes you want to work harder too, and he's just motivating this entire Gamecock team to try to get that next goal in.
Face-off won by the Seahawks. Good defensive zone face-off win for them. And they'll rotate behind. Picked up there by France. France jammed into the hard into the board there by Curriger. Big slam there. And now sliding on forward and a quick backhanded shot. And a couple little extra discussions there, if you will. Gino Lamanna tried to backhand it off against Marquise, couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, Brad, I think the huge thing for the Gamecocks now will be to see if they can sustain this momentum. So many times they have the momentum and then they kind of nonchalantly play around the puck again, and Wilmington gets back into it and scores on a goal. Hopefully the Gamecocks just kind of can sustain this momentum and just keep on pouring on the pressure.
The first time I've seen Coach Sirois go all the way up. He's standing essentially on top of the penalty box, yelling down instructions. I don't think he's yelling at a ref there, but I have not seen a position like that. In any case, the Gamecocks will win this faceoff. Now they break out quickly. Here comes Alec Martone. Martone with potential numbers. Now Martone tries to shoot with coverage. Good look, but it went wide left. Now the Seahawks will try to counter. Sent back towards center ice. They play it down. Kept in for a moment. Now South Carolina back. 15 seconds to go. Here in the period, coming forward. A couple of players bouncing off and a whistle at the blue line. A penalty is going to be called for a slash. Who's it going to go against? I think it might go against the Seahawks. And it will, as they open the UNC-Wilmington penalty box and let Eric Kirkham skate on in for the slash. And so 11 seconds left here in the second period. South Carolina will get a whole lot of that power play to start the third if they can't cash it in right now.
Yeah, this is huge for the Gamecocks. They need to keep that momentum going, and now being on the man advantage is definitely a time where they should definitely try to score another goal. Maybe I'm going to predict it again. They're going to get another one.
That would be nice. Face-off one goes right toward Lenker. They almost did. It popped it just wide. Almost scooted in off the face-off. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. It'll go to the near corner, and that should do it here for period number 2 after one more hard check. And the referees will quickly get that settled down. And I'm sure they're going to let UNC-Wilmington clear the ice once again before the Gamecocks do, and they will. So the Gamecocks do make up one goal there in the second period, down 2-0 at the end of one. They are down 3-2 at the end of two in a game that is getting more intense and more interesting offensively the more we go. And I'm sure you're going to see more of that for 20 more minutes. We'll have that following the second period intermission report. All that and more coming up next on the Capital City Sports Network.
Starts now. And we have a special guest today, TJ Miller.
Thanks for having me, man.
Scene 2, take 1. Scene 3, shot 9.
Scene 1, shot 1, take 2.
Do you feel the vibes?
Dog kick time!
Welcome back to the Plex Indoor Sports Ice Arena, everybody. I'm Brett Williams alongside Robert McCachran, and we are at the second intermission here between your South Carolina Gamecocks and the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks, with Wilmington leading 3-2. Quite a second period we saw there. South Carolina getting 2 goals to Wilmington's 1, so made up the 1-goal deficit they had after 1, really getting some good opportunities and making some things happen offensively.
Yeah, the Gamecocks just picked up the intensity and were able to get 2 goals back. Unfortunately, they made a little mistake, a little nonchalant playing with the puck and on the power play, and Wilmington was able to score again. But good overall period for the Gamecocks to definitely, pick up the pace. Eric Patterson putting the team on his back, just willing his team, almost like Michael Correa does for the Gamecocks, just willing his team and get out there. And you saw the turnaround. He went a big check on the boards, and then the Gamecocks just started out skating, out hustling, just remember so dominating Wilmington in all facets of the game. What's going to be key for the Gamecocks is just sustaining the momentum and just keeping it the whole period, playing the whole third period instead of going back and forth and letting Wilmington get back into it.
Yeah, certainly that intensity is going to be key. And just a note about Eric Patterson, in fact, that was his 60th career goal with the Gamecocks. He's only one away from tying the all-time Gamecock record of Andrew Swint, class of 2013. So we'll see if he gets that one in this one or the rest of the season. We definitely would expect that, but good from that. Now, in terms of the intensity, it was quite an intense second period. Claudia Chikamian once again down in the box. Heard a lot of that, I'm sure. Claudia, what were you getting down there with all those penalties?
A lot more action here in the second period. There were 10 combined penalties on both sides, 12 total penalties so far in the game. Just a lot more intensity and emotion you can tell the players are putting into the game. There was slashing, hooking, unsportsmanlike conduct, tripping. Everything was involved in the second period. Just back and forth penalties, one after another, just players constantly in the box. You could hear them yelling at each other. You saw Sir Wad jump on top of the box, yell at his players, just trying to do everything they can to, keep the intensity up and just keep going at it. It's a close game. It's 3-2. Wilmington's up by 1, and they're leading in shots. They have 11 shots on goal, while USC has 8. But anything can happen. We'll see if the intensity continues. And, really, if USC really needs to stay out of the box, 2 of Wilmington's 3 goals have come from power plays. So USC just needs to try and stay out of the box and have as little penalties as possible to try and win this game. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Claudia. Yeah, it was quite something to see, and interesting that Wilmington does lead in the shots on goal category. I think South Carolina was getting a little bit more of that going near the end of the period.
Yeah, most definitely started. We saw 2 goals in the period, but they definitely started out skating, just hustling and just throwing some shots on goal. And we saw the Snyder goal get maybe a little lucky bounce, but it still goes in. It still counts as a goal. And then Patterson there, and just anything can happen now being a 3-2 game.
Anything can happen here, and anything certainly can happen next week in the conference tournament, the SEC HC tournament. We will be there live from Antioch, Tennessee at the Ford Ice Center. That's just outside of Nashville. Very excited for that trip. Want to give you a little bit of information a week out as to what's going to happen next week. The Gamecocks are the 5 seed in that tournament. That was determined by the coaches poll. Out of 8 teams made it out of the top 10. And the Gamecocks will face off against number 4 Florida in the opening game of that tournament. That will be 4:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Central for the players and for us. But again, 4:30, you can find that action on our YouTube channel, CCS on SGTV, as well as, of course, at GamecockHockey.com. So an interesting matchup going. South Carolina and Florida, we've talked about it before in this game. The brawl the last time we were here at the Plex, split that series. Gotta imagine it's going to be a fun one next Friday.
Yeah, the thing about Florida is they just bring the speed and intensity, and we saw the big brawl. They're just gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a brawl. It's out there. Maybe not as much fighting, but both teams know what's on the line. It's gonna be a huge game for them, and just hopefully just keep the momentum going. Hopefully this game will carry over tomorrow's game, and just then next weekend, and we'll see how they do next weekend.
And again, those games next weekend also have implications for the ACHA tournament, given that Florida and Georgia are right on top of the Gamecocks in those 9 and 10 slots as the Gamecocks try to fight into that postseason. There will be at least 2 games next week, no matter what happens, consolation games either day. Obviously hope the Gamecocks get the win Friday night. We'll guarantee them playing through Sunday, but as long as they're out there, we will be out there as well, and look forward to having you join us starting next Friday, once again at 4:30 Eastern on the Capital City Sports Network. We'll be right back with the third period and this exciting conclusion between South Carolina and UNC-Wilmington right after this. Back to the Plex, everybody. Brett Williams, Robert McCachran here with you as we get ready to go. And in fact, we are going in the third period between the Gamecocks and the Seahawks. Seahawks leading 3-2, and the Gamecocks finishing off a power play. In fact, they've got most of it that they started with 11 seconds to go here in the second period. So starting off the third with the man advantage, Julian DePaulo running it at the point, hesitates now, drifting in, shoots, fires, Lenker grabs it with the left glove. He's been quick on that all day. Still 1:21 left in the man advantage for South Carolina. Only 29 seconds expired here in the third. And this would be the time, Robert, if you're the Gamecocks, you want to strike now, tie that game, create a good last 18 minutes on even strength.
Most definitely, this is an all or nothing game. You just really need to go out here and play hard. You're still in a man advantage for about another minute, 15 seconds, so see what the Gamecocks can do with this power play.
South Carolina bringing it out now. Started behind Marquise, now bringing it up. Lost it at center ice for a moment, and the Seahawks will end up getting it back. One Gamecock hits the deck. That was DePaulo. Now he pursues it into the corner, drives past Evangelist, just pushes him away almost with a stiff arm there. And the Seahawks clear it to center, but no further. Gamecocks bringing it forward. Patterson. Now this is Beaver. Jacob Tengy. Tengy drops it behind. Martone pursuing it. Now pops it up to the top, the blue line. DePaulo had to pop it a couple times with his stick to keep it in, but he does. Gets it right back now, right at the corner of the blue line. Now drops it on around Martone behind the net. Seahawks send it around, but it goes right to Eric Patterson, the other side of the point. Patterson drifts on, drops it off to the right. Goes toward Tengy. Now it goes right off his stick, and a Seahawk will slam it down. 24 seconds to go here in the power play.
And Brett, does it seem like the Gamecocks are doing that nonchalantly thing? You're just slowly passing the puck around, just letting Wilmington take advantage of this man advantage for them.
Well, Derek Patterson trying to do something about that. Gloves it down at center ice. Now drives on Lenker. Quick shot up high. Now got a rebound opportunity. No good. Bounces off. South Carolina with it still. 4 seconds, 3 seconds on the power play. South Carolina pops it back. Quick one-timer shot. Lenker's lost his stick, but the puck gets away, and Lenker's able to recover. Gamecock still putting on the pressure. Now coming forward on the backhand opportunity. South Carolina sending up back at the point. Dump down to DePaulo. He scores! Julian DePaulo right from the point on the left side. Top shelf and opposite angle, and he pops it in to tie it. 3-3, South Carolina and UNC-Wilmington.
Yep, South Carolina is getting the puck to the front of the net, and like you said, Patterson is willing his team on, just motivate them. It all started with that check that he did, and the Gamecocks now tied 3-3. Still 17, almost 18 minutes left in the game.
I'm going to take a bit of a correction there, folks. Apologize, not Julian DePaulo scoring that goal. Looks like it was Billy Kuriger. Came off the bench on that line change on the last timeout, but was standing in the same position as DePaulo and pretty much fired from the exact same spot that he was. Nonetheless, the Gamecocks will take the equalizer, and there you go, right there on cue. 18 minutes to go, and we're even here at 3. South Carolina controlling it behind Lenker. Now it's cleared out. Now the Gamecocks dropping it on back. Big third period coming in a game with major playoff picture implications. Who's going to pull it off? That was an even strength goal. Power play had just expired. Out from the side now. South Carolina wins it. Dropping it on back. Now sent up top, Grayson Curry waiting for it. Now drives back down into the corner. Big check there by Evangelist on a Gamecock. Now sliding it on around. Gamecock's trying to wrap around. Got a look in front, not quite. Couldn't quite get the pass to go through, and the Seahawks send it back out to center. Gamecock send it on back. Hatton dumps it in. Going behind Lenker, rotating around. On towards center. Sarakis calling for it, couldn't quite get there. Bounces off a Seahawk at center, now goes on back. Taken by Drummond. Blake Drummond now with it, popping it along the boards, now drops it the other way. Sarakis going after it, pursued by Grayson Curry. Got it away just before Curry laid down the law. And now Curry will steal it, taken back by Alec Martone going out the other way. Check that, James Hatton. Hatton slides it on over. This is Zach Ropke. Ropke with a shot. Lenker slapped it to the side with his left leg pad. Gamecocks up in front. Now toward the blue line, sent on across, looking for Dave Cochran. Cochran down, spun around. Julian DePaulo up at center ice. Drops it down. Lenker goes around to get it. Slams it on the right side boards. DePaulo gloves it down or tries to at center ice. Now he's going to have to hustle back. Bennett Clark going after it. Clark will win it. DePaulo just slams him into the boards, takes the puck right back. But then Clark got his stick on it again. Now it's jammed down. Players fighting for it to the right side of Marquise on the boards. Going after it hard. Who comes away with the puck? Couple of players fighting for it. Right now, winning it looks like for the Seahawks, Jacob Wimberly. Big lay down of the law there by Cormier on Martone. And the Gamecocks will come away with it. Jacob Tengi on the move. Lays it on back for Cochran. Nice pass. Cochran couldn't get his stick on it, probably because of Cormier. Good defense from behind. Dumped on down. Wilmington rotating defensively.
Yeah, the Gamecocks definitely putting on some pressure in there right now, and both teams just going back and forth. Both teams know just the importance of this game and just laying it down on the line and giving it everything they got right now.
We expected a great third period. So far we've gotten it only 5 minutes in, and a whole lot more to come in the next 15. Mike Borst sliding it on down. Fans have, as expected, just gotten all the louder and not leaving the Plex anytime soon. Icing called against UNC-Wilmington. 14:58 to go here in the third.
And Brett, it seems like the game's picked up. Like both teams are skating really hard. Intensity, both teams are just matching each other's intensity, make sure they get the gain and the edge, and with almost 15 minutes left in the game, we're going to be one heck of a ride.
Gamecocks will eventually win the face-off, but it goes all the way down. Now the Seahawks going after it. They got a 2-on-1 if they can get it from behind. They cannot quite yet. Now popped on up. Now up in front. Looking for Alexander Furtado. Couldn't quite get there. Now won by Mulaney. Slipped down. Nardslicko gets a really needed stick on it and pops it the other way. South Carolina going 3-on-2. Here comes Eric Patterson. Patterson leaves it for Schneider. Good interruption there by the Seahawks. Now he backhanded it. Schneider almost went straight to the net. It scooted wide. Patterson come around. He looks for Schneider up in front. It's blocked away by a couple of Seahawks, and they slide it along the boards. Kept in by Gibson. Not for long, though. Gibson ended up losing it, and it goes out. Gamecocks coming forward. Borst loses it. Has to give it away to the Seahawks. Hard check there. Now Grayson Curry coming back with it for South Carolina. Curry coming forward. Curry trying to drove wraparound on Lenker. He protected the near post and swallowed.
Yeah, with Kevin Ware being suspended, I know we keep coming back to that, but some of the other defensemen need to start stepping up, and he's number 7 for the Gamecocks. Definitely made a nice move there, and if these defensemen can really get in here and start out with the Gamecocks, then they can definitely come out with this win with 14 minutes left in the game.
UNC-Wilmington with it there. They win the face-off, now coming on out. Gamecocks now behind Marquise on the baseline. Seahawks tried to send it toward the crease, sent it far out instead. Cormier corrals it at center ice, has to retreat all the way back. Gamecocks providing some nice pressure. Going after it is Brian Soar. Had a lot of minutes tonight in his Gamecock debut. I have to check that, perhaps not his debut. One of the newer guys, though, certainly new in the second half of the season. Double check that. Christopher Monroe with it here. Now ends up falling on the seat of his pants. Sent up top Mulaney. It is Brian Soar's debut. Welcome to the team, my friend. Now sliding on down the way. And that will be icing called against South Carolina. So 12:55 to go here in the game. Tie score 3-3. Want to give a quick shout out to one of the other sponsors of the Gamecocks, that is Liberty Tap Room. Check them out in their Vista location and at Lake Murray for Liberty on the Lake. Great food and good times. You can check them out for dinner before Friday night games, and next season for brunch before or after Sunday games here at the Plex. No more Sunday games the rest of this season, but check them out for brunch anyway in that lakefront view. Thanks for your support of Gamecock Hockey, Liberty Tap Room. Face-off won by UNC-Wilmington, now goes on behind Gray Marquise. Taken up top, played along the boards. Mulaney at the blue line, drops it way high. That scooted over a couple of Gamecocks' hands and over Marquise and over the net. And now slides it on in the neutral zone, now forward into South Carolina's offensive zone, but they won't have anybody there. Kevin Mullaney will be there and take it for the Seahawks as the Gamecocks change lines. Now here come the Seahawks, breaking out from behind. College of Charleston did this to perfection, scored a couple of goals off of it in their game here at the Plex earlier this season. That was back in October. So far, Wilmington unable to cash in on those. And now Seahawk lost his helmet, and that will stop play. That was Cormier.
Yeah, but both teams, the pace has seemed to slow down since the very beginning the period has started. So we'll see if the pace will pick back up and the intensity gets back up, because I'm sure both teams know what's at stake in this game. What do you think one of the big keys for the Gamecocks is going to be if they're going to pull out this win right here?
I think you got to keep putting pucks on net. They got to control it offensively. You saw in that period of time in the second period where the Gamecocks were able to score, get back in it. They were controlling the puck all the time, and we've seen a pretty evenly matched third period. Got to give credit to both of these teams, well coached and well ready to go here in the third.
Yeah, definitely believe pucks on net just seems to be the theme. I mean, most of these goals that have happened haven't been of drawn up plays. It's when you get the puck to the net, and good things have been happening so far for the Gamecocks and the Seahawks.
Two good goalies. We'll see who will end up holding up in the defense in front of them. James Hatton wins this face-off, tries to break. Good stick work by John Cooprider, knocking that out of the way. Kurger with it now. Now slides it on forward. Kurger with it, that's Gibson. Gibson at center ice, fighting with two different Seahawks. Hatton ends up winning the puck, but retreats for the South Carolina. Spins it on around Nard Slicko. Now coming on top. A couple players going after it. Now into the offensive zone for South Carolina. Gamecocks will come away with the puck. Try to play it down. Who goes after it? Kurger will try to win it in the corner. Now has to play out. Glove down off the top of the boards by Gibson. Shoots it on across in the defensive zone. Picked up by Nick Nard Slicko. Now slid on down. Back up towards center. James Hatton. Hatton stopped by a Seahawk. Now they come out the other way. Coming up is Evan Henry. Henry checked by a Gamecock. Now slides it up top. Quick shot by Sarakis. Marquise didn't swallow it, and instead they called it. He froze the puck. Probably not the best call because Marquise didn't quite get possession of that. It dropped down right at his feet. A Gamecock was there to pop it out of the way easily, so it really wouldn't have mattered. But, the Seahawks wanted the freeze to not be called there and have a potential shot at a rebound.
Well, it's like you said, these refs aren't at the highest level, so they have done that a couple of times with the Gamecocks as well. So it's just the refs probably just didn't see the puck, and the ref that called it he was blinded by what it was. So I guess he just assumed it was frozen.
I guess if you freeze it, you prevent any kind of goalie rushes and some other issues. But Gamecocks will take it. Face-off won by the Seahawks. Now sent on down. But Sarakis is blocked by Curry. Grayson Curry coming out the other way. 3-on-2 going. Here comes Alec Martone. Martone going against Cormier. Martone tries to shoot inside. He got it off the pad. A Lenker, really good look from Martone at a bad angle. He almost made it work. Seahawks going on the cross. Now taken back by Martone. Drives past Cormier again. Martone drifts in. Shoots high and just over the crossbar. Good look from Alec Martone again. Martone tries to backhand pass it. He's trying to do everything right now, the freshman who's been so good for the Gamecocks this year. Sarakis. Curry knocks it away from him again. Now back up top of the blue line. Quick shot in. Almost score from the Seahawks, but they didn't quite get it. It popped just over the net on Marquise. Gamecocks getting it back out. This is Topolsky. Slides it on ahead. Topped on back at center. Now here comes the Seahawks, quick drive. Marquise popped it away, another quick shot, he sticked it away. Gino Lomano's already got one goal tonight, putting two quick opportunities in. One-timer from Mullaney, back bounce, no Seahawk was there to put it in on the backside. Patterson slides it down. Seahawks now getting some offensive possession going on. They are onside. Good steal by South Carolina, trying to neutralize that a bit. Coming forward, one on everybody is Eric Patterson. Ends up getting it over center ice, and the Gamecocks will, after the puck bounces back, control it in their defensive zone. Good work by Patterson shutting that down after a couple of great shots from the Seahawks.
And this is what all the fans came out to see, both teams just battling back and forth and making great plays and just skates. And this is what you want to see in a hockey game.
Are we going to have a delay of game call here? The Seahawks slapped it all the way up, and it did not hit anything and went out of the boards. That was in their defensive zone. Referees having a quick little discussion here. box appears to be staying closed. That puck was up in the air and got cleared in the defensive zone out of the boards. Anyway, face-off will come to the right side of Lenker. It is won by the Seahawks. And taken on back. Wilmington in the defensive zone, slowing it down, now sliding it forward. Not the best pass there, didn't get through. It goes to Julian DePaulo. DePaulo comes out, plays it behind his defender. Gamecocks on the forecheck, here they come. DePaulo makes a move, Cormier miss, goes right to Lenker's gut, and poke checks it, it's no good. And now it comes away, and a whistle comes underneath. Fans yelling big time, slamming on the boards. And Nick Lenker has his mask off, is shoving a couple of Gamecocks. Now there's a little bit of fisticuffs. Fans really getting into it now. Referees trying to settle their differences. Fans are liking this right now or not liking this. I guess it depends on what the referee's about to do. Still having some conversations. And they're going to allow Wilmington to make their line change. I don't think anything's going to happen as a result of this other than just more intensity. Or maybe we will have two guys going to the box. I think we are going to have one guy on each squad heading to the box. And that's going to be Alexander Furtado of the Seahawks and Julian DePaulo of the Gamecocks in the box.
Yeah, things are starting to get a little chippy now. I didn't see that much physicality. I'm guessing maybe the refs just don't want this to start getting out of hand, because once that happens, then we have another Florida brawl and it's on our hands again.
Furtado's second time in the box tonight. First repeat offender. We're seeing a lot of different players in the box. I believe that's 5 for South Carolina and 7 for UNC-Wilmington. 6, check that 6. And Furtado, the only guy to go in there more than once. Face-off is eventually won by South Carolina. Quick opportunity here. Kuriger, no angle shot, bounced off of Lenger, almost went in, popped outside. John Gibson plays it right back on net. Poke check, and Gamecocks trying to get it in. No goal, immediately waved off. Don't know where the puck is. I think it's right on the crease line. James Hatton looking to the sky. He wanted that. Thought he had a good opportunity there. Not see where the puck landed exactly, but the goal was immediately waved off. I think we're going to have another face-off in the South Carolina offensive zone.
Yeah, Brett, things are definitely starting to pick up here. Gamecocks starting to get a lot more momentum and getting several pucks on net, and you're just starting to get that feeling that maybe the Gamecocks can get that game-winning goal creep through.
Another offensive zone face-off. Tangy trying to win it for the Gamecocks. He tried to take it all the way himself and instead lost the face-off. It goes back down, taken by Marquise. We got 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 42. Following the coincidental penalties to Furtado and DePaulo. South Carolina coming forward quickly. Good shot on Lenker. He loses it in front. Poke checking in front. The Seahawks clear it out of the way. Great look for South Carolina. Just could not convert. Now a little foot race going back. Nard Slicko needs to win it, and he does for South Carolina. Prevents a cherry-picking opportunity. Kevin Mullaney creating havoc at center ice, but not for long. Nick Wykowiak checked that. Aaron Beaver dragged it on and lost it. He had a great opportunity and just lost the puck. Now Wilmington all the way. Quick shot, Coop Ryder. Pops up, Marquise didn't see it. And the Gamecocks get it out of the way. John Gibson, both teams getting lucky here. Both ways, Schneider. Here comes Jacob Tangy trying to counter and a whistle. Open ice, craziness both ways. Neither team can cash in.
Yeah, this 4-on-4 has really opened up the ice for both teams, and looks like got a little bit of pushing and shoving going on over here. But yeah, this 4-on-4 has definitely opened up the ice and allowing more opportunities for both sides.
And the penalty box is open on South Carolina's side. This is not good news for South Carolina. And that will be Ian Schneider going to the box. And a timeout called by Coach Sirois. So now we'll either see a 4-on-3 or a 5-on-4 depending on how they do it. But now South Carolina really needs to get that penalty kill going. UNC-Wilmington now with a good opportunity here after both teams were going both ways, had some breaks, couldn't quite get things going. We saw Aaron Beaver there just kind of have the puck and just lost it behind him.
Yeah, this game's starting to get a little crazy out here. Just both teams going back and forth. You saw Wilmington get almost a one-on-one opportunity with the goalie, and then USC did. Just it's wide open now. It's anyone's game right now.
Anyone's game for the next 7:50, and it will be 61 seconds of what looks to be 4-on-3 hockey in favor of the Seahawks. And then at that point we will have 4-on-4. Lenker down behind. Lenker gets almost lit up. He wanted another penalty called by Gamecock and didn't get one. Now coming forward, Evangelist leaves it on for Mulaney. Mulaney slides it off to the side. Now brings it up back to the point, setting up the offense. Leaves it for Evangelist. Evangelist rotates to the point. Now slowing it down, not pressured at all. Takes it down, slides it to the right side. Wilmington setting up. Now one-timer back, and Mulaney whiffed on it. Now he'll go down after it. John Gibson fighting for it. Mulaney comes away with it. Mulaney rotating it. Now brings it back to the left. 15 seconds left in the coincidentals. Sliding on top. Now coming on back. Coming forward. Now sliding on across, right on back, Mulaney and Evangelist. Going, now checked right toward the center. The Gamecocks will clear it out off of Evangelist at the point. Now it's 5-on-4. Check that, so 4-on-3 becomes 5-on-4 as the coincidentals release. And now the Gamecocks down for the next 50 seconds. Seahawks up in front, 5-on-4. Bennett Clark rotating it around. Right up top, Clark again. He's got Coop Ryder to his left, fires in. Marquise blocks it with his left pad, and the Gamecocks clear it, but only just over their blue line. Clark corrals it. Seahawks have to come out and come back in. Neither team will make a line change. Both kind of feigned at it, but neither did. South Carolina wins the puck and then loses it again, but Evangelist lost his stick and almost lost his balance. South Carolina on the counter, nice pass ahead. DePaulo's onside. DePaulo working his way around, misses an open net. He had a great look and went wide to the right. And now it's back in the corner. Clark drops him. Penalty's going to be called. I think that's going to go against Bennett Clark. DePaulo not happy, and now he's getting the crowd into it. Or he was just led into the boards, missed an open net, but then the penalty is over.
Huge penalty kill for the Gamecocks, but just the opportunity wasted right there. The net was wide open, and he just went wide. Goalie was beat. Now you have a lot of things. I don't know what the refs got going on over here. I think someone's going in the box for South Carolina as well. I'm not fully sure what the madness is now.
They're gonna put Julian DePaulo in the box as well, in addition to Bennett Clark. Amazing. And DePaulo, not pleased, just threw his stick at the glass.
Her phone is dead. I knocked on her.
So anyway, quite a situation here that's developed. Eric Patterson none too pleased with the situation. He's talking with the referees. My goodness. I don't really know what happened there. It looked like Bennett Clark just took Julian DePaulo down. I don't know what the call was against DePaulo. We're going to find out here in just a bit.
Yeah, I don't really see what happened over there. Just the ref started taking players to the penalty box. We saw the one penalty, but I don't know why the second Gamecock's even in the box at all. Interesting to see how this goes. Does the Gamecocks still have a power play, or what do we have going on over here now?
I believe what we're going to see is another brief 4-on-3, followed by a 5-on-3, excuse me. 5-on-3 turning into a 5-on-4 for another 7 seconds. Perhaps not. Now it looks like it's 5-on-4. Sorry, there were coincidentals. I apologize. You're right. So it's 5-on-4 right at the moment. Now it looks like it's back to 5-on-5 here. So coincidentals at that point, 5-on-5. So we're back to essentially full strength here for 5.5 minutes to go in regulation. Now all the way across. Dave Cochran sliding it on down. Popping it on around now. UNC-Wilmington brings it out, going towards center. Puck goes up and out of play.
So the next 5 minutes, 12 seconds of this game, I believe are going to be just really intense. Both these teams know what's at stake, and with it being a tie game, the way these goalies are playing, one goal could get you the win right here.
I think one goal will get you, whether it's in regular. We're going to find out. Coming forward, here's Mike Borst. Borst making a play, been relatively quiet tonight. We called his name a few times. Borst now getting jammed on the wall. A couple of Seahawks going after it. Possession for the majority of the rest of this game. Or, well, it might be just one break that determines it all. Gibson drops it on back. UNC-Wilmington sliding it on up. Cormier making a move. John Gibson got his stick on it. Can Gibson corral it? Yes. Good pass along the boards to Borst. Borst bringing it out. Brings it in and leaves it for Patterson for a moment. Now left off behind. Gamecocks get it back at center. Dumped in by Nard Slicko. Patterson hustling off the ice. Quick shot. Linker was out of the net for a moment and it went across the crease, but no good. Couple of good looks for South Carolina, not converting. Pass dumped in, and icing will be called against the Seahawks with 4:18 to go in a tie game.
Another missed opportunity by the Gamecocks. Goalie was out of the net, so missed opportunity, but Gamecocks have a face-off in their own offensive zone trying to get another goal right here.
And a face-off will come to the left side of Nick Lenker. Again, 4:18 to go, and it will be Billy Curriger on the draw. He's got one goal in this one. And he will win the draw eventually. Have it in the face-off circle. Shoots, fires. It's a quick one-timer, and it's no good. Nick Lenker right there on the right time. Johnny on the spot as James Hatton had a quick shot and didn't go.
Yeah, Brett, Nick Lenker's the main reason why the Gamecocks are tied right now. He's been stopping several goals. A couple of the goals weren't his fault, but he's just been out there solid rock for the team. And right now the Gamecocks are going to beat him if they're going to beat UNC-Wilmington.
Still in the offensive zone, won by the Gamecocks. Dave Cochran dumps it along the boards. Goes over to Hatton, now driving in because Curry. Hatton tried to lay it on for him, he didn't get it, and the pass went through. Seahawks will clear it out towards center. UNC-Wilmington, 1-on-3 developing. Nothing there, but good stick work there from Eric Kirkham. And he wins it behind, and we have a whistle. And a hold is called. Who's this going against? It looks like that penalty is going against UNC-Wilmington off the back boards, and the Gamecocks will have a huge power play. We are going to go real quick down to Claudia Chikamian for a quick update on what was going on in the last series of penalties and what she thinks about what's about to happen here in this critical power play of this game.
A lot of intensity in this third period so far. It's a tie game, so tensions are high. Everything is happening. Constant penalties back and forth. Julian DePaulo has been called twice this period for unsportsmanlike conduct. It's back and forth. So many penalties. Can't even keep track of them. There's all the intensity so far, just within the last 4 minutes of this game. You can tell the rest of the game is going to be good. It's going to be tight, and there's probably going to be a lot more penalties to come. Back to you.
Thanks, Claudia. Julian DePaulo on that note with a big high shot that went off the top boards, kept in by South Carolina. Moving it on around. Gamecocks with it sliding on back up to the blue line, but they lost it for a moment. They'll have to come on out. Clear the zone. DePaulo sliding it on back over to Ropke. Ropke coming forward. Schneider. Now Ropke again, center ice. Minute 30 left in the South Carolina power play. Julian DePaulo. Skating on Cormier. DePaulo makes a miss. Now goes to Martone. Popped high in the air. Glove down by South Carolina. Martone, quick shot. Right off the Lenker. It bounced clean off of him. And another whistle underneath. Despite no frozen puck. It looks like Lenker lost his mask.
I'm not sure if he looked like it's, one of the South Carolina players acting like he knocked it off and seems to be very frustrated now. I guess he believes that the Gamecocks are, I don't know, maybe knocking his helmet off. Did you see anything over there?
I don't think anybody knocked his helmet off. I think he just lost it unless they're trying to say that he was knocking it off himself and trying to freeze it, but I don't think that was quite the case.
Well, I saw him. He kept looking at the guy in front of him, almost like looking at the refs, acting like he knocked it off. So I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to get a penalty called on him.
That penalty was called against Eric Kirkham. That's his second trip to the box tonight. Another minute 20 remaining of the South Carolina power play. 3:12 left in the game. They do need to be careful for the potential counterattacks and or shorthanded opportunities by UNC-Wilmington, but got to give credit to South Carolina for a lot of defense, a lot of offensive control here in the second part of the third period. Eric Patterson feigns the one-timer, now leaves it on down, coming back up top. Patterson at the point. He's got DePaulo to his right, sends it to his left instead. Topolsky dumps it down, bounces off of one guy, comes back to Topolsky, slides it on across. Julian DePaulo right side. DePaulo down. Hatton making his move back up top. Now here's DePaulo, shoots it inside. Lenker knocks it away cleanly to the right. 52 seconds left on the power play. Cleared only to center. Gamecocks have a 5-on-3 breaking back the other way. They caught one Seahawk napping in center ice. Shot goes up off of the glove of Lenker, well out of play. I think a fan got a souvenir that time.
Hey, when you come to a hockey game, everybody loves the free souvenirs. You know, hopefully the Gamecocks can capitalize on this power play with 43 seconds left. If this next team that scores the goal is definitely going to win the game with only shorthanded time. Maybe something crazy can happen when you get 5 goals in 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
Well, that would be something to see, wouldn't it? My goodness. Of course, the last time we were here at the Plex, it was a 7-6 finish against Florida, and a quick shot off the face-off. Lenker grabbed it fast. That was a good opportunity there. South Carolina won the draw and then didn't really shoot it from the face-off circle, but Jacob Tenge took it out and then got a quick slap shot, no good. Face-off, now it's underneath Tenge. Skady comes away with it. Tenge dropped on by a defenseman, scoots on over the left side. Tenge trying to wrap. Tenge drops it around the right side, now comes back to the left, now comes back up top. Seahawks sliding on the other side of the board. Dave Cochran drops it down. Alec Martone in the corner. Cormier checks him. Martone brings it out. Dave Cochran sliding it on forward. Drops it onto the right side. Gibson coming up. He's at the point. Tenge with it now in the corner. Jacob Tenge sliding it behind. 8 seconds left in a power play for South Carolina. Now drops it on back. Cochran coming in. Cochran drops it around a defender. Slide back inside. Gamecocks with a quick shot. They score! Jacob Tenge had a couple of good looks in the last couple possessions, and this time sneaks it in the right side of the net. And for the first time all night, the Gamecocks have a lead with just 1:52 to go.
This is exactly what the Gamecocks needed on the power play. Time running out, only 1:52 left, and they're up by 1 goal. They just got to hold on for 1:52 seconds. The way Marquise has been playing and the way this Gamecocks team has been motivated right now, and the intensity that's going on, I believe they can hold on for this win.
Boy, are we going to see a fun next 1:52, because you know the Seahawks are going to be bringing the house, much like the Legion of Boom of their counterparts in Seattle.
Well, like we said at the very beginning of this game, we knew this huge game for both teams, so I'm sure the coach for the Seahawks is definitely going to be drawing up a play for them and be interested to see what they come out with.
And you know, Jacob Tenge, as the Gamecocks chant breaks out here at the Plex, Jacob Tenge, I think, was one of the biggest committers of that. That was Ian Schneider and Alec Martone on the assists. But in any case, Tenge was one of the, he had a lot of times earlier in the game, he was the one that was having those nonchalant moments. He was kind of losing the puck at center ice, giving it away to UNC-Wilmington, a little bit lackadaisical offensively. Started to see a little bit more of that come, a little more intensity come in the last couple possessions, especially with that run off the draw, and only fitting that he comes into the clutch situation, gets an open net, and cashes in.
Yeah, Brett, you're exactly right, but at the end of the day, doesn't matter how you make mistakes you win. If you come back and get the game-winning goal, then all is forgiven and forgotten right there. Like they say, the conquerors are remembered and the losers are forgotten.
Again, the wise Robert McCachran, this time with a great saying, well said, will it hold? Going to be a nice 1:52 to go.
And Gamecocks are about to take the face off. Huge 1:52 seconds left in the period. Hopefully the Gamecocks can hold off a late comeback attempt by the Seahawks.
Here it goes. We'll see when Nick Lenker gets pulled. Hard to pull that guy in any time or day, but this might be the situation that the Seahawks need it. 1:40 to go. Gamecocks providing some pressure as the Seahawks look to break from behind their net. It's sliding on out. Seahawks sending it on across. Now back up top. Now towards center ice. 3-on-3 now. Pass didn't quite go the way they wanted it to. It slides across. This is picked up by Gino Lamanna. Lamanna behind the net, goes to the near post. It bounced off the post and right back behind. James Hatton got a stick on it. Couldn't quite get there. Now Topolsky plays it off the board, clears it up to the blue line. Now the Gamecocks with it right in front of Marquise. Puck bouncing all over the place. Seahawks win it back. Very good stick work there. Marquise barely got a pad save on that. Lamanna with another nice shot. Puck goes up in front. Gamecocks do clear it this time. 1 minute to go in the game. Lenker is out of his net. And icing is called. And now it'll be an extra attacker for UNC-Wilmington in 55 seconds exactly of 6-on-5 craziness.
Yeah, now 6-on-5. It's going to be huge 55 seconds right here. Could be set up for a exciting match right here, and hopefully the Gamecocks can hold it out.
And a timeout is called by head coach Alan Sirois. So 55 seconds, 4-3. A reminder that we will be back with you tomorrow night for the regular season finale and senior night here from the Plex. We'll have a senior recognition. That will be, we're not exactly sure exactly what time that's going to go on air. We will double check that, but somewhere in the realm of 8 to 8:15. So follow us on Twitter at CCS on SGTV, and we will let you know. That link will also be up on GamecockHockey.com as always, and we'll let you know exactly what time we will be going on air for tomorrow night's game, but somewhere around there. And again, this game and tomorrow night's game, huge for the ACHA, and the Gamecocks 55 seconds away from a huge win here at home.
Definitely huge, and so off for the Gamecocks call the timeout. So you got to be thinking he's telling his team just to hold on, keep up the intensity, and just clear the zone as much as you can, and hopefully the Gamecocks will be able to hold this out for a win. And Brett, what do you think Sirwal was talking to his team about in the huddle after timeout?
Pressure the puck, go after these guys, keep them from setting up their offense, watch the boards, guard in front of marquees, prevent, just try to make sure they're in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. Now, obviously, with the goalie being pulled, there's 6 guys for UNC-Wilmington, so I'm sure the UNC-Wilmington coaches told them just throw pucks on net and play as hard as you can for these last 55 seconds, and hopefully the Gamecocks can hold them off for this last stage by the Seahawks.
Face-off won by the Seahawks, but it went all the way back to center, bounced off a couple of players, then they dump all the way down to start the forecheck. Julian DePaulo will get it for the Gamecocks with 46 and 45 seconds to go. DePaulo trying to stall. Sends it all the way across, pursued by Braden Frobel. Gamecocks still with it, killing time as the Seahawks clear the zone. Now the Gamecocks send it on down. It's taking Eric Patterson. He's got to look at an empty net, and he's slammed down. Is there a whistle? No whistle. I thought it might be a penalty shot coming there. Patterson was just flat taken out, but no call. 24 seconds, 23 seconds, and now a whistle as one of the Gamecocks lost his mask. That was John Gibson. Eric Patterson's looking up. He doesn't know what just happened.
Yeah, I definitely thought he got pushed there, and he's definitely upset with the referees because that could have easily put the game away with only 23 seconds away of being up by 2 goals.
Was a great look up the ice, had Patterson streaking wide open. He was trying to get it on his backhand and move it forward, but really not an attempt at the puck. At least it looked like that from here, just kind of a shove in the back. Anyway, 23 seconds to go. Face off to the left side of Marquise. Won by the Gamecocks and played on down. And on the rush, here goes Patterson and Curry trying to win the puck. Off the bounce, who gets it? Patterson takes it. Empty net in front of him, but he's jammed on the boards by Cormier. That won't help the Seahawks. They got to get the puck and break out. Still fighting along the boards. 10 seconds to go. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, and a whistle as a puck got underneath somebody. And time will stop with 8.4 to go.
And Brett, that's a very underrated play by the senior leader, Eric Patterson. You stood it up on the boards, and with only 8 seconds left, you just wasting time, and now you have a face-off, and if you win the face-off, you can pretty much run the clock down, but very underrated play by, obviously, the senior leader of their team.
Patterson always doing the right things at the right time. And this face-off will come on the Gamecocks' offensive side, but still in the neutral zone. With 8.4, Topolsky will take the face-off. He's got Patterson behind him and DePaulo and Hatton. It's won by the Seahawks. They pop it forward, diagonal pass. It goes to Evangelos. Evangelos has a shot, tries to go it off the board, protected on the near post. 1 second, and time is out on the Seahawks and the South Carolina Gamecocks with a big home victory with playoff implications. They get the job done tonight in comeback fashion. 4-3 the final over the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks.
Huge win for the Gamecocks. We said at the very beginning of the show they just need to get shots on goal, play with intensity, and be very intense on the forecheck, and they did that, and shots on goal got them the win, and here we are, 4-3 win for the Gamecocks.
How about this, Robert? Down most of the night, finally pop it in late. That's how you get it done in the time of the season when you absolutely have to get it done.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, when you're down, you just got to keep fighting back. Like I said, at the first intermission, just one goal trickles in, and then you just get another one, and then here you are at the end of the game, and you're the winner just because you just kept playing with fighting, and they crawled back in. They didn't just immediately come back in. They just moved their way slowly, but then it's a marathon, not a sprint. You just got to get there, and the Gamecocks were able to do it tonight.
Got to imagine some serious confidence building, beating Nick Lenker in the way they did tonight, because I'm confident they can do that again tomorrow. If the Gamecocks do that tomorrow, have a decent showing next week, we should see them in more postseason action. And if it's in our reasonable to get there, we will do everything we can to get there and cover that for you. Speaking of coverage, we have the game-winning goal scorer, Jacob Tenge, live down on the ice with Claudia Chikamian. Claudia and Jacob, what you got?
Take my helmet off or nah?
Okay, so I'm here with the game winner, Jacob Tenge. So describe the overall feeling of tonight's game.
Well, you know, it was back and forth the whole game. They went up early. They were up 2-0. We were bouncing back and forth for a little bit. You know, we were coming from behind most of the game, and then once we got it tied, you know, you play with a whole different mindset, and we calmed down, and we were really looking for our opportunities just to finish them, and that's what we did, and we finished when they did. So
now the second period was full of so many penalties and fights, and that kind of carried over to the third period. What changed? Because in the first period it was very calm and everything like that.
I just think, it's a high-stakes game for us. We're still trying to qualify for some tournaments, and I mean, when it gets down to it, I mean, second, third period coming in, like, you want to win the game. You're not gonna give up for anything. If you got to bring up the intensity, if you got to take a few penalties, you know, get in a few fights, you got to. So you got to do.
And what gave you that momentum to score the game winner in the third period?
You know, I think my line mates are, you know, they just been moving the puck. We've been moving the puck great all game, and we're due. And I mean, we saw the opportunity. It was a nice play developing, and we just took full advantage of it and just put it home.
Great, thank you so much. Congrats on your game winner. Great game. Back to you guys. Thank you.
Quite a finish there. Jacob Tenge, as he said, when opportunity's knocking, go ahead and take it. And Tenge's going to take the nice stretch of ice to walk on over and get serenaded by all the Gamecock fans that are lining the tunnel and heading out of the Plex tonight in celebration and triumph. What a win for South Carolina. 4-3 the final over UNC-Wilmington. We will be back in the booth to wrap this one up for you and preview tomorrow night's regular season finale. Stay with us here on the Capital City Sports Network.
So fresh and clean, smells like trouble to me.
Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours. These little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, but these small hours still remain.
Every time you come around, I'm like, ooh, ooh, baby, ooh, ooh, baby. When I see you break it down, I like you do, baby, you do, baby. Papa told me, boy, don't never let down your guard. But when you touch my hand and talk that talk,
I got a rocket in my knees and a wobble in my walk.
wobble.
Wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my. When you touch my hand and talk, I got a rocket in my knees and a wobble in my walk.
It's like my head back been drinking out the bottle. I swallow some strong drink, but really just my motto. She lotto, jackpot, grand prize, champion, franchise, born ready. Yeah, she get it right now, on time. Early AM, breakfast after the mayhem, baby, cause they don't make them like you. I hope that you hate them. Black Costa's a virgin, I keep them twerking, they working, I swipe it perfect, go ahead and purchase, girl, it's on me. Yeah, it's my time. Damn, if I'm wrong, yeah, it's alright. When you go down, down in my mind, do what you want, that's what I like. Every time you come around, I'm like, ooh, ooh, baby, when I see you break it down, I like you do, baby, Papa told me, boy, don't never let down your guard, but when you touch my hand and talk that talk,
I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my walk. Wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my. When you touch my hand and talk, I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my walk.
Yeah, wobble, wobble, satisfaction my motto. Show me and lead the way, and baby I'll follow.
Welcome back to the Plex Indoor Sports Ice Arena, everybody. Brett Williams and Robert McCachran here with you in a victorious mood as South Carolina just finished off UNC-Wilmington in big-time comeback fashion. 4-3 the final, the Gamecocks over the Seahawks. Goal scorers tonight for the Seahawks, Gino Lamanna and Danny Brescia, and Christopher Monroe with that first one. For the Gamecocks, Ian Schneider, Billy Kurger, Eric Patterson, and of course, and you heard from him with Claudia right before the break, Jacob Tengue with that key final goal and the winner for the Gamecocks late.
Yeah, we talked about Patterson, the first thing about just the leadership he has, but the whole team just really, came together, just rallied around each other, not just Patterson, just the whole team. I mean, that first front line that they have is just, it's all freshmen, and Tengue with showing just skills that he has, getting the game-winning goal for the team, and this team looks really good right now, and just heading into tomorrow's game, so they just look really good, and I think they're going to just have really good success the rest of this way.
You had a freshman, Tengue with the last goal, Schneider with the first goal, Martone with goal opportunities setting up all day, and that speed that really does kill, so good stuff from them. In terms of the penalties tonight, that was a big story, particularly in the second period. 9 penalties overall against UNC-Wilmington, 7 against South Carolina, 3 power play goals provided between these two teams, but just a lot of physicality, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, 2 of the goals for UNC-Wilmington were because of the power play, so they got a little lucky there with some penalties, but just, 16 total penalties for both teams, and Gamecocks had a good goal there too, so the power play is just working well. One of the things to look out for is just both teams playing lackadaisical in the power play. That's why I noticed multiple times just guys just sitting there, and on defense you need to make sure at least your stick is on the ice or something, just guys holding it around, just looking around, just watching the puck, not even actually just playing the puck at all. So definitely need to look out for that as well.
Yeah, tomorrow night will be interesting. Before we talk about tomorrow, I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of leaders on this team. First and foremost, Eric Patterson with a goal and assist tonight. He took over the all-time Gamecock career record in points over Andrew Swint from 2013. He already had the career total in assists, and he's only 1 goal away from tying Swint in that category. So we may very well see basically a Gamecock Triple Crown winner before this season is over. And then also great play tonight for DePaulo and a couple of the other guys too, making key plays at the right time.
Yeah, I think the biggest player tonight was Patterson. Just not only his leadership, but that's what you expect from your senior captain. Just go out there, he motivates you, he just gets the intensity up. I mean, he does the little things, just poke checking pucks. And at the very end of the game, he just got the puck. It didn't try to go for a goal, or be a show or anything. Just sat in the corner and just let the clock go down. And there's nothing UNC-Wilmington can do about that. And just obviously the goal and the assists. And he's a team player, but he also knows when he needs to put the team on his back and when he needs to just step back and let his other teammates do the things. But definitely just Houston he brings the intensity of the whole team up, and they just want to do what he does.
Leadership at the end of the season, exactly what you want. And tomorrow will be the end of the regular season as this series concludes. South Carolina and UNC-Wilmington one more time tomorrow night. Again, we will have the exact game time for you on our Twitter at CCS on SGTV and on GamecockHockey.com somewhere in the 8 to 8:15 realm. Coach Sirois told us before the game that even a split in this series would give the Gamecocks potentially everything they needed to get into the ACHA tournament, beating a team three seeds up from them. But the guys are going to come out hungry and want to get that sweep tomorrow and pretty much clinch it.
Yeah, they definitely do. They're not going to be satisfied with this. They're probably talking about the locker room right now. They need to get. They're glad for the win today, but they need to go ahead and start looking for tomorrow and see how they do there. And they're just hungry. They want it. They know that if they get this win tomorrow, they're almost pretty much so guaranteed to get in. So as a team, they really want it. And really excited to get going for the game tomorrow.
Yeah, going to be another great one. So we hope you join us for it, folks. South Carolina improves tonight to 7-11 and breaks a 6-game losing streak. UNC-Wilmington has lost 5 straight and is now 11-7. Once again, your final here tonight from Irmo, South Carolina 4, UNC-Wilmington 3, and we will be back tomorrow for the end of the regular season. Shout out to everybody on our crew, John Dowdy, the producer, Danny Kelly, and Seth Lanford on the cameras, and for Claudia Chikamian and Robert McCachran, I'm Brett Williams. Carolina, forever to thee.